Welcome back, dude and dudettes, to another wild episode of Send It Mate. We're here to talk about all things hunting and outdoors. And today, we've got something that'll keep your gear running smoother than a dingo's getaway.
That's right. Our show is brought to you by High Caliber, the gun and knife oil company that knows how to keep your firearms and blades in tip-top shape.
High Caliber is like the secret sauce for hunters, anglers, and outdoorsy folk everywhere. It's like the magic potion that makes your gun and knives happier than a dog with two tails.
You know, guys, I've been using High Caliber oil for a while now, and let me tell you, it's the duck's nuts. My rifle practically sings a lullaby when I take it out hunting.
And speaking of lullabies, ever tried sneaking up on a deer with a squeaky gun? It's a prime way to end up with no venison in the freezer. You'll be hungrier than a vegan at a bacon festival.
Absolutely. But with High Caliber oil, your gun will be quieter than a ninja in moonlight. You'll be stalking your prey with the grace and stealth of a mountain lion.
High Caliber doesn't just keep things quiet, it also prevents rust and corrosion, so you won't find your gear looking like it's spent a season at the bottom of a creek.
That's right, and for you knife enthusiasts out there, High Caliber has got you covered too. Your trusty blade will slice through anything smoother than butter on a hot biscuit.
So, folks, don't let your gear become a rusty, squeaky mess. Head on over to highcaliber.com.au and grab a bottle of their oil today.
And if you use the code SENDITMATE at checkout, you'll get a special discount. I say again, use the code SENDITMATE for all your oil slick, stealthy hunting needs.
Thanks to High Caliber, you'll be sending it in style and silence.
So, gear up, oil up, and send it, mate. High Caliber, the ultimate oil for the ultimate hunter.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of Send It Mate podcast.
The fuck are you doing, Ron? Can you put your glasses on properly?
People need to see what you look like currently. You're wearing
like
a
to look
beanie
at you over my
over.
glasses.
He's wearing a beanie over his headphones, and his glasses are perched down the end of his nose like an old man.
Because it fucking represented the cool kids and the old people. Fuck me.
He's got more class than us.
Well, definitely more arse than class, I think.
Cool segue, bro.
Yeah, bruh.
Well, it's a premature segue, but
It is.
Does it come in men's sizes?
Well, we need to get back onto our intro. I'm Josh.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Ryan.
Fucking
No, you're
hell.
fucking some seedy cunt in the corner.
He is dyslexic.
Hang on, you're calling him dyslexic.
Yeah. Fuck. It's a real disease, all right, man.
Isn't it the pot calling the other person the pot?
It is. It's curable, though. I feel like I'm responsible for partially curing you.
Curing his dyslexia.
Over time, I've improved it.
Improve the dyslexia.
It's
Just through constant
just-
berating
No,
and
it's
saying it's not good
well-timed
enough.
insults. That's the key.
I do have to admit, my writing has become better since Caleb, you pointed out fucking every mistake I was ever doing. But it's unintentional. It's like your brain, I don't know, with writing and having dyslexia, like I'll write and in my brain I'm writing down this like the full sentence, but then when you finish and you go back and read over it, it's like you got like the start, you've missed the middle, and you just got the end.
Yeah, but it's always the right way. You spell using the right letters, but in the wrong order.
Yeah, B's and D's were a huge one. The hardest thing as well is I don't see gaps between like words. So right now I'm looking at our run sheet and we've got like a first topic breakdown. Where there would be spaces normally, it's not. It's just a continuous line of letters in my brain.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so I actually have to read things like multiple times to sort of almost decipher what it's fucking saying.
So should we start using one-word flashcards instead of a run sheet?
Look, man, I've heard that changing the background of the paper and things helps with that. Look,
Do you want yellow because it's easier on the
Are you
eyes?
saying it should be a black piece of paper with white writing?
that's the thing. Like, it could be blue, it could be green. You just have to basically go through the color spectrum to see which one works better.
I feel like it's a much more woke piece of paper, but it's not good for the environment. So we're really not doing anything. Having a black piece of paper with white writing.
Well, it just might make it more
It's a little
easier for me to read, but that's all right.
You'd have to get a laser printer.
We'll just get a blackboard, easy.
No, well, man,
We'll get a blackboard
I
and write.
actually preferred blackboards as a child, and I found there was this segue sort of in year 3 where everyone started to go to whiteboards, and then we still had blackboards in classes, and they'd use both. I'd pick up the things on the blackboard better than I would on a whiteboard, and it wasn't actually till my Chinese teacher picked it up. She was like, because I was like nailing the shit on the blackboard and then the whiteboard, and over time she sort of learnt this, and she's come up to me and she's like, "Oh, I think you've got a problem, mate."
You sure she was talking about your ability to read in black and white board, or was she talking about something else?
Oh, we've all got problems, man. But
We do. Just
we've got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
Here's a bit of fun fact about Ryan. I went through my entire primary school not realising that I needed glasses. Couldn't see the board.
Does that reflect
Literally
in your
could not read anything off of the board.
Wow.
I was like a kid at the back of the class kind of guy. Just,
Did you purposely sit at the back as well to be a cool kid?
No, actually, I was the exact opposite. I would sit in the middle because if I sat at the front, which was my preference, I'd get told off because I was too big, and the kids behind me couldn't see. So I'd sit in the middle, but I was too far away to see anything off the fucking whiteboard. So
How blind are you?
I'm fucking blind, man.
Well,
you're sitting we measured this the other day. You're sitting about 1.1 meters away from me. If I take my glasses off, I can't see the color of your eyes.
What?
I can't, your eyes are just like a sort of grey circle in your
what
skull.
about any other facial feature?
No, I can see that you've got a beard vaguely, and I can see that you've got earmuffs on or headphones on. But I learned to distinguish people by their body movement and their mannerisms as opposed to their visual sort of, which was
fucking hell, man.
That's a little bit of Spidey.
Do you
Spider-Man.
prefer contacts or glasses?
Oh, contacts, definitely, but I just don't like wearing them
Why not?
because my eyes are a weird shape, so they don't sit very well on my eyes.
Yeah, but I feel like you get used to it.
Not really. No, I'd have to say no because otherwise I'd wear contacts all the time.
Yeah, but if you wore them all the time, you get used to it.
It was also it's also because of work. Like if a bit of a shard of metal comes off a grinder and gets behind the contact, then it gets pushed into my eyes. Whereas if it bounces off of glasses and then just hits my eyes, it stays on the surface.
So
It's like a safety thing.
Safety glasses,
Yeah. Well, when I was working in the welding shop, that happened to me on both of my eyes at the same time.
Didn't you go blind from wearing your lenses? Because I believe lenses, there's a build-up of protein, and if the protein, if you don't wash them...
I developed a bacterial infection in my eyes and went blind for 3 days.
Yeah, that's because he fucking came on his face a couple of times. But
Yeah, and then left
Quite a build-up of
unclean cum lenses in my eyes for 3 days.
that was a serious build-up of protein.
protein.
A lot of protein.
Yeah.
I love
Bulk
protein. Not that much
Was
anymore.
it like a bukkake party or something?
Fucking oath it was. When else are you going to have a litre of jizz in your face? I mean, Jesus. You can't just nip down the shops and be like, I'm just going off to get some jizz. There's invites you got to write. You got to get an allocated start time.
Oh, well, that's for human stuff. I'm sure you can buy bulk of animal semen.
Start at 6, jizz at 8.
Just buy a litre of horse semen.
You can do that? Is that a thing?
Did you take a 30 ml shot of horse semen for $1,000?
No.
Are you talking about a shot as in a shot glass or a shot as in injected into you? Just
shot glass.
skip the digestive system straight to the vein, baby. That's how we roll.
Do you know Fear Factor that Joe Rogan used to host? That was why it got cancelled in the end.
Because of semen.
Yes, because I think it was a Twins episode, or I don't know, but the choice was drinking I think it was a pint or maybe a stein, I think it was, of donkey semen or urine.
A stein.
Yeah,
Did
it was
anyone
a
get
fucking
pregnant?
big ass jug.
100% you'd go the piss.
And yeah, that was what people had to drink to move on to the next thing. that was apparently a step too far, and they got cancelled after that.
I feel like it'd be fine these days.
Who was it that came up? No, I feel like it'd be like one of those internet sensations. It definitely wouldn't be on mainstream.
Like it's still on
TV,
YouTube. You can still have a look at it, and you sort of go, surely that's not actually semen, but.
And how did they get it? Is there like a dude whose job it is to jerk off the donkey to get the fresh semen? Because
horse studs, man, or donkey stud, yeah. They literally have a pretty much a fake sort
a
of
fondler
platform where the donkey mounts.
Is that a job? Is it a role?
Jizzes into a fucking cup.
I'm a Rex fondler. That's what I do. It's a pretty important role.
You
Things
laugh,
don't move ahead without me.
You laugh, man, but at like $1,200 a straw plus. Like, I mean, if you've got
straw?
a stud, yeah, it's measured in straws.
So do they like get a straw and dip it in it and put their finger over the top so nothing comes out and then get like a straw's worth?
No. It's just measured in straw, well, as a straw.
Or is it like the equivalent of a straw bale? And what is a straw? I've never heard of a unit of measurement as a straw.
I don't know what you'd fucking. I don't know how many meals it would be or whatever.
Why
but
is a meter a
it's
meter?
called
Like
straw.
it's just a nominal unit of measurement.
Fuck. I don't know.
I just don't
Like a foot
I've never
or
heard
a
of it.
handspan or a gallon or a
Well,
litre.
handspan's quite obvious, but a straw is like how long is a piece of straw?
Well,
Yeah,
how big's a hand?
I think you're
People's hands
reading
are
it
different.
into it too much, man.
That's why all of the people with small hands back in the days became carpenters. Because they charge the same amount and make a smaller product. Cheeky fuckers.
As in, there's more.
I'm
of
hearing
that.
crickets. We need a cricket sound.
No, that's
Hang
actually
on.
a fact.
I'm going to press a button and see if it's still crickets.
It's a game show host.
It's definitely not crickets. It's labelled crickets on the board. It is no longer crickets.
And now, folks, back to the show.
Yeah, fuck.
Meanwhile,
Are there any?
let's not press any more
vowels?
buttons.
Fucking hell.
Oh,
What have
God.
we become?
Well, not classy, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely more arse than class. But anyway, this weekend, what did you get up to, Josh? You did something fun.
I did.
Well, please elaborate because
What
this is a
did you do
podcast
this
and you need to
weekend,
talk.
Josh?
It was not really out of the norm. So the last, quite a few months, I've been shotgun shooting at the South Australian Gun Club. And we go there every Saturday and you can go for as many rounds as you want or whatever. So this Saturday I went down and had a bit of a shot and went really, really well. This is going to lead into what I was doing Sunday. So I shot 48 out of 50 clays in skeet Saturday, and I was just fucking nailing it, man.
So
I was murdering
for those
it.
playing at home, explain the difference between skeet and what's the other one?
Down the line.
Down the line, yeah.
So down the line, there's like 5 positions behind a bunker. The bunker's about, don't quote me, 15, 20 feet in front of you, and it's on an ice oscillating sort of arm, and it'll
I'm sorry, what?
He means oscillating.
oscillate.
He's crossing isosceles triangles with
With an
oscillating.
oscillating.
Sorry, an oscillating arm. And when you say pull, it'll fling out, and you don't really know where it's coming
It
out.
shoots like in front of you, so it shoots away from you.
Well, it has maybe a 60-degree sort of angle where it can come out anywhere in that 60-degree.
And then what's skeet?
And then skeet is you have
Other than I'll ski motherfucker.
skeet. You have 7 stands and a high and low tower.
So
To the sweat drip down my
you can't
balls.
fucking start that and not finish it.
I didn't even hear him say it.
I'll ski motherfucker.
Yeah, so you've got a high and low tower, and you've got 7 stands, and you pretty much shoot from each stand, and they're positioned in sort of like a half a circle, and then the last stand's in the middle. And yeah, you get sort of like
It's like a volley of
few
various
random clays.
different directions. So it's
Coming out
harder.
left and
Skeet's
right.
harder than
No, I would actually say down the line's harder. You're already at a handicap being so far away from the bunker, so it's from where the clay's thrown. Skeet's faster, definitely, but down the line's harder because the clays are further away. and they're typically moving away from you or like oblique.
Yeah.
So anyway, I shot like a champ Saturday.
Fucking Olympic
And
level.
Sunday we were sitting there and we had field and game. So field and game is essentially an event where it mimics pretty much hunting. So like pheasant hunting, dove hunting, duck hunting, rabbit hunting. So you'll go to like you've got 6 or 7 stands, and you'll have three different positions where the clay throwers are scattered out in this sort of like area in front of you. And they might do a left and right. They might do sort of like a loop. They might come at you or go away. Or they might even do like a rabbit. So it's running like a clay is running along the ground.
So they're all mimicking the different.
Yeah, they're mimicking sort of like an animal, movement. And it's quite challenging. It is very, very difficult. This is only the second time I've done it. I loved every second of it. We went with a group. This is the second time I've been with this group. And a few boys actually did well. Hayden came first in, what's it, C grade.
Okay.
And I think Hainsey came first in, I don't know if it was B grade or if it was like a sub-grade from C, like a grade up, or I don't know.
How do you get graded? Like, how do they, like, based on how many times you've been? Like, competence?
This is the thing. So we asked this before we left, and this guy that was half wasted sort of like chimed in and told us that apparently you've got to shoot 300 clays before it starts grading you. So I don't know how any of us got graded because none of us have shot 300 clays in that system.
Oh.
Either that or there's just such a lack of new people going to shoot it that they're like, oh, let's grade them because
Just grade you on the fly.
yeah, because there's not many people going. But look, it's a huge event, and I highly recommend it. It's down in Mount Crawford, or near Springton, sorry, in South Australia. It is fucking sick, to be honest. It's a great day out.
How many people?
There would have been, probably like 100.
Oh,
Yeah, a
100
huge
shooters.
day out. Yeah, 100 shooters. We were sort of the last team to go through. The teams are 6, so there's 13. We were number 13. We were the last group. So yeah, quite a few people there, and then all the staff and that. You can go have some beers afterwards, which is good.
Hence the dude who was chiming in.
Yeah. Oh man, he was standing there actually at the sort of, I guess, where you call the admin area, and he looks pretty rough, and he's got a nice glass of white wine. I'm like,
So he's a sophisticated gentleman.
I did not pick that.
so manly.
But I'm pretty keen to get both of you there actually and see how you go.
I've been clay shooting. I haven't done comp yet.
I mean, field and game.
I've field and game. No. Well, I went shooting with my Adler and did better than guys that had the fucking fancy over and unders.
Yeah, I'm going to call that fucking beginner's luck.
No,
'Cause you did
I'm just a
quite well the
fucking
other week.
excellent shot.
No, look, the Adler's pretty good because it's got
Sounds like Vic Jam to me.
probably got a suitable choke, and the barrel length's not too long.
I love a good
So,
choke.
Yeah, you certainly did well. There's no doubt about that. But
Good choke.
and Caleb, will you come to the next event?
I don't shoot enough shotgun. I don't own one currently.
Not with that attitude. You don't
That's a
shoot enough
piss poor
shotty.
excuse.
Oh, look, I'll get there once I get one. Like, but it's just a pain having to borrow other people's shit for a while.
Well, no, we double up all the time at Skeet. I shot Saturday with Hayden and Richie's Beretta 687. Yeah. And that's why I shot so well.
Well, that's fair. We'll have a spare weekend. I'll get out again. It was fun last time I went, actually.
Sick, eh? Well, that's enough about that. What's our topic for this week? You guys
Well-
have already said it.
Jesus. Fucking hell.
Jesus is not the topic for this week, I'll tell you that.
No,
Oh,
that was just
really?
a fucking chime.
I've done all this research for nothing.
It's just an abrupt cutoff from Ryan.
No, I couldn't think of a segue. But the topic...
Just ram it in.
Just fucking
Go in
if
dry.
in doubt, fucking smash it out. If you're wondering what today's topic is,
We have already said it.
you actually both already said it twice, which means I don't feel like my job is taken
No, you're
seriously.
not worthwhile. Fuck off.
I'm not. Just the subliminal abuse that I put up with. Just,
Say it again.
Can we get to the fucking topic now?
What are you doing?
Do you want
World's
a tissue?
smallest violin.
You
Come
want a
on.
soda?
I love a soda. Yes, do you have one?
No.
Well, fucking promises. Today's topic is more arse than class.
Yeah, we need the claps.
Yeah.
Like, why am I applauding him for doing his job?
Well, you took my job. I need a little bit of a lift up, bro.
Positive reinforcement,
Constant
mate.
validation, you two. Seriously.
Look, I'm up first, and I have to say, the last fortnight and this week especially, I have been struggling to come up with an interpretation.
I'm glad you
of
said up
topics.
at the end of that conversation.
Do you know what the phrase means?
End of that sentence.
In slang terminology, do you know what more arse than class means?
Well, we had this. I actually rang you today to go,
do you
mate.
mean?
I need some creative juices to come up with a topic, and I asked you what it meant, which is
Well, basically it means someone has more luck than style, or they achieve something through luck more than being good at it, really, or uncanny good luck.
yeah, all right, uncanny good luck. So for me, I immediately went, oh, it's a redneck that drinks fucking port, which puts us all in that category.
Oh, as in they're just more of a
Sophisticated fucking bogan.
We're all there. We are all there. Sign us up.
But so I couldn't think of anything, and I rang you and I asked you, and we had this little bit of a discussion on, some ideas of what to say. I ended up coming out of that writing 2 pages about Donald Trump. Yeah, man.
You wrote 2 pages.
I started researching about Donald Trump and like how lucky he's been in life. I mean, come on, the dude was given $1 million to get off the ground by his father, and he's, that's pretty fucking lucky. I mean, his dad could have just said, fuck off.
well, yeah, he's probably a good one for more arse than class.
Well, that's the thing, because he is quite outlandish in the way he presents himself, and it's actually his brand. So he actually started coming up with this brand and who he is, so his identity. And I was researching today, and he came up with it in 1988. He started pretty much formulating this brand, and that obviously then flew into a lot of interviews, political interviews and things that he did, and then flowed into his appearance on the Apprentice on TV.
Yeah.
Obviously, where he got a few catchphrases and things from, but he's quite out there, and he seems like a normal lad that wears a suit. So for me, he was a bit more fucking like bogan than he is class, which is my interpretation of this.
Oh, it's our podcast. Interpret how you will.
It is. But I was struggling with that, and I thought, no, you know what? Trump's been done to fucking death.
As much as you are a fan.
Oh, look, I am a supporter of Trump and what he's done for the states and what he did, and I do believe he'll get back into power.
Well, when you look at what Biden is doing or not
bro.
doing.
Bro, that he's incoherent, man.
Yeah, man. It's
Like-
terrible. He forgot our Prime Minister's name the other day.
Hey, what's that?
Oh, thanks for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome. The guy, is it Mr. Weenie? What the fuck is that? Oh, mental blank. Mr.
Mr. Weenie. Where are you going with
I'll
this?
come back with what I'm trying to think of. I just had it reminds me. Biden reminds me of this like kid's character that has a bunch of movies.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have no idea where
He
you're
just
going
decided
with
to
that.
interject with no information.
Yeah, look, I do think he'll get back in,
Pretty much.
or and if you take out
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
I'm none the wiser. I've heard of Pee Wee Herman. I can't remember what the fuck Pee Wee
Same.
So Pee Wee Herman
Pee Wee Herman.
is a character who is an American actor. He made a whole bunch of like kids movies and TV shows, and he's just an idiot.
Yeah, I'm picturing him, but I can't think of what his thing was.
Yeah, I can't think of his like slogans and shit.
Yeah. Everyone at home, Google Pee Wee Herman. It'll show you. It's that guy right there.
Yeah, like I said, I'm picturing him, but how's that
Picturing,
biting?
but, yeah.
He's just like clumsy, trips over things. Has really dumb luck and seems to be in all the right situations, but seems to fuck it up no matter what he does.
Mr. Bean.
No, I think Mr. Bean has more intelligence.
He's got more charisma than Biden.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, way more. Actually, I was reading this thing about the other week about what makes what people look for in a president in the States, and that's like a charismatic man that, you know, is witty and this and that. I couldn't believe it that they characterise, you know, who they depict should be a fucking president.
All the things that Biden's not.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
He's just like a decrepit old man who's just.
It's pretty bad. He's
Even
definitely
though-
forgetful.
If you watch him, even in the way that he holds himself, it's like he thinks he's King Dick, but doesn't really know what to do in any situation.
I put it down to little things like you'd think he'd have like a bone mic with someone telling him what to say at least.
Nah, he's not an alpha. He's like the kind of guy who's not an alpha male, but wants to be.
No, I'm saying like someone, because he's that
No,
forgetful.
he probably once was, but fucking now he's like got Alzheimer's or something. Like it's just something not right.
He's the sort of dude that you pin him up against, like the ideal like man's man who actually knows what the fuck's going on, and the dude would lose. It's like small man syndrome, but an old guy. That's the vibe that I get from him. Whenever you watch any of those interviews, like not the ones of him just fucking up, but actual interviews of him talking, it's like small man syndrome in an old guy. That's just the vibe that I get from him.
I think in his heyday,
I'm going to play the devil's advocate here and say, no, Ryan, you're incorrect.
No, that's not playing the devil's advocate. That's not even presenting any opposing.
Where's your evidence, Caleb?
I don't have any. It's just a feeling.
Do you have the data to back that up?
Anyway, I was sitting there and I'm like, oh, look, Trump's been done to death and I have no idea what to talk about. So I then got on to, and I'm
Hey,
I'm
we've been
trying
talking
to,
10 minutes about what you're not talking
Yeah,
about.
we're going through his through his thought process.
We're getting there.
Okay.
And I then thought, look, you know, Trump I could somehow relate because his son is a huge hunter, but we've sort of touched on that before. And I thought, oh, okay, let's not fucking
It's called padding right now.
go around the
A
record.
lot of padding.
Anyway, I then thought about doing it on Duck Dynasty. And Duck Dynasty used to be one of my favourite shows ever because it was just about this Robertson family, and the father was out hunting one day on the, I can't remember, it was like the Missouri track or something like that, with a mate, and he had a duck call that he was using, the Robertson, Mr. Robertson, and he was using this duck call, and his mate turns around and says, oh, you should start making them because they command ducks. They don't just call ducks. So for those that don't know, that his company is called a Duck Commander. So from that, he obviously then started building duck calls and have for many decades, in which a TV show ensued about their family life, which is fucking hilarious. It's basically a family of rednecks that make duck calls that are millionaires that do pretty much whatever the fuck they want. And then there's a bit of duck hunting on the side. And I thought, look, that's fitting for, you know, went shotgun shooting this weekend. I thought, oh, yeah, that'd be good. But we'd touched on that previously in a few podcasts a couple times now.
This is just a series of teasing.
What
right
would
now.
you like to talk about, Josh?
No, I'm telling you my fucking
He's
thought
fucking
process
edging
about
the topic is what he's
fucking
doing.
more arse than class, all right?
I want to come, but you won't let me.
Come on, deliver.
Anyway, so I was sitting there and I'm like, fuck it. I have no idea what to fucking talk about unless it's fucking R-rated.
Longest story ever.
Unless it's R-rated. Unless we start talking
Hey,
about
now we're
porn and
talking.
shit.
What's R-rated? What do we got?
Now I'm going to come.
Who had more ass than class?
Nah. I'm not going into that. I thought I'll leave that for you because, you know, you are the fucking sex pest.
I'm the sex pest.
Yeah. So then I was sitting there going,
I'm
what do
camp
I
mum.
do?
What are you talking about? You're confusing the listeners. How can I be a sex pest and camp mum? I don't know.
Well, you're both, man. It's like your alter ego. Yeah. So then I thought, fuck it. I was at the gym working out and I thought, fuck it. You know what? Fuck this. I will put it to either of you two and put it out there. You can pick my next gun and it can be more arse or classy. And I will buy it right now. You get a choice.
No, you said we can pick it.
You get a choice.
No, we get to pick the next gun. There is not.
No, you get a fucking choice
quid
in
pro
what?
quo,
in
bro.
what fucking platforms?
Nope.
You can choose.
No, we're not casting a deciding vote here. We'll just pick from whatever we want.
Whatever we choose is what you get. And you have to go hunting with it.
Fuck no.
So they do Hello Kitty air rifles?
Probably
would,
Japan.
yeah.
But what I was sitting there thinking is you two can have free range on either the Warwick straight pull or a bolt gun in centre fire.
This is not free range. This is just helping you make your mind up between two.
This is what you do all the fucking time. This is another fucking Wednesday, man.
What should I buy?
Yeah.
Boys.
Hey, guys, I'm thinking about this or that. I don't know which one to do. What do you think?
Hang on, I completely forgot what the second one was. Warwick, straight pull,
Or you
bolt
can pick a
action.
bolt gun.
How about like a literal the bolt gun, like the one they used to dispatch cows in the butchery? And you got to go hunting with that.
He said bolt gun.
That's a
He
bolt
said
gun, baby.
Oh my God.
No, that's it.
We're
You have
getting
to
you a
buy
cow
one.
euthanizer.
I choose the bolt gun.
Look, we're going to have to set a fucking price tag limit here.
Whatever a bolt gun costs.
So
Cow euthanizer it is.
Yes.
I figured
And you have to wear that like cowboy hat, the dude that wears No Country for Old Men.
it's got to be able to shoot a projectile, man.
You did not. You can't just introduce fucking.
Fuck.
You can't, no, you've already said. You already asked the question. You can't be like, no. Here's the parameters now. You're getting a bolt gun that's gas powered, and you have to wear the complete outfit now.
Powered.
Yeah, have to wear the complete outfit now of the dude from No Country for Old Men, and you cannot run up to whatever it is you're hunting. You have to walk up with a swagger.
Oh God. That's what you would pick, a bolt gun, a little a stun gun.
Yep.
Okay, Caleb, can I have your 2 cents now? Because I really don't want to buy that.
Straight pull Warwick or bolt gun. Well, you have to look at what you've already got.
Look, it can't be, and I draw the line at it can't be a 223, a 223 AI, or a 6.5 or 7mm because obviously we have a little bit of fucking restrictions if you own a caliber already.
But weren't you literally looking at a Warwick in 223?
Well, yeah, the Warwick can be in 223.
Fuck me, man. You just want us to make your mind up.
Nah, look, it can be where I guess the reason why I'm putting the left of arc, the Warwick, is because it's quite classy.
Is it?
And then it's very classy. It's Australian made. It's fucking a little bit fucking pricey. So, and then you can just pick fucking an off the shelf whatever you think.
I don't know. Like, I don't know for you because you have very different tastes than me when it comes to rifles.
I do.
You
And-
like fucking mil-spec shit.
I feel like you could really just mess with me just by picking a fucking Savage B mag or something, which will then end up being a hand me down to Ryan.
Do you know what? Just
Thank you very much.
just for the sake of it,
Because
because
I'll take the bolt gun.
just for the sake of it, because I know you're not actually going to buy whatever we recommend.
No,
No, he's buying
I
a fucking
will
gas-powered
buy it.
bolt gun and a cowboy hat.
if you can agree on something, I will do it. Please be the Warwick. Are you going to be kind, or are you going to be classy, or are you going to be arsey? Ooh,
I don't know for you because I don't want to. I wouldn't. Yeah, well, I don't think you're going to stick to it, whatever we say anyway. So, because you're not going to part with your hard-earned cash if I say something ridiculous.
Look, if you say a fucking like 450 Nitro Express, yeah, I'm not spending 16 grand, man, on a fucking well, not right now, but you know, it's got to be within the realm of fucking, you know.
What do you want to use it for, Fox?
The realm of fucking. You said it.
This is where the bolt gun.
No, you
is
say
it reciprocating?
You say it every week. You're like, it's just fucking. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Everyone loves a little bit of, you know, wow, wow.
You know something I'd actually like to have a close look at for myself, and I wouldn't really buy one at the moment because I just like to get out and use my 308 a bit more. But I'm actually really interested in seeing if the Benelli Lupo is any good.
Oh, fuck that.
Do you know
That
this is this-
fucking
do you know
level release thing.
Hey?
Is that what you're talking
Lever
about?
No.
The bolt gun.
Yeah, so
Oh.
it's Benelli's first
Yeah, bolt action
rifle, not a shotgun, right? And like I fucking get off on all the design features, and there is a lot on that rifle that are very smart and well thought out, even just from a looks or an aesthetic way, like not just the ergonomics, but the aesthetics of the thing as well. I just think it's a very well thought out piece of design. And apparently they shoot really well. I'd like to check one out. So
Yeah, look, that would be a
there you go.
fucking thorn in my step because there's no aftermarket support for it, man. This is something that I actually am learning about my Seiko. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my Seiko and it's like a great rifle, but there's pretty much no aftermarket support for it. I looked at some bottom metal, and Atlas Work do some new bottom metal for it and convert the mag into AICS compatible, which look is great. But then I looked at changing the stock over, and nowhere can I find that gives me a definitive answer that the ticker and the Seiko mounting are the same for a stock. So I don't know if I can grab like a Macmillan stock or fucking anything like that that's suited for a ticker that'll screw into the fucking.
But I feel like
Seiko.
you like to customize with stuff you're familiar with.
No. Well, no. The fact of the matter is I'm getting a little bit wiser as I get older, and these days technology is increasing rapidly. So what may be current today isn't current tomorrow. So if you get a platform that is adaptable, that you can bolt things on or change things to fit the technology of tomorrow, then that's a good purchase. You don't have to go out and buy a whole new fucking rifle.
That's fair, but what if you've got a rifle that's straight out of the box fucking is
Yeah, but then
awesome?
but,
Stick a scope on it. Well,
And
what do you
look-
want?
look,
Get a Hauer.
For a hunting rifle, what do you want? A hunting rifle? Do you want a range gun? What do you want?
look, Steve said that to me today. He said, look, you know, for an off-the-shelf gun, it shoots okay. You know, it's good, fits its purpose. He's like, just put it in the safe and leave it as is. Don't change it and just leave it as your go-to mountain rifle or something like that. And that's all well and good. But then as you get older or you're sort of evolving, you know, as a shooter, your preferences might change as well, man. So suddenly you might just be into extreme long-range hunting and the Seiko then's just collecting dust on the shelf. I mean, I'm finding that with my ticker. My ticker is just so obscenely fucking heavy and unbalanced that it's just sitting in my cupboard now.
I think that comes down to the gun is a tool and a tool for every sort of task. So while it may not be what you want to use for the purpose of stalking or whatever, it's a range gun. You bought that. I remember you bought that gun. You bought that gun to be a range gun.
Nah, I bought it to just shoot long distance, to hunt and the range. And
Hunt sitting and range work.
Yeah.
But it's not. You never bought that gun with the intention of trekking around in the bush with it.
Yeah, that's why I
No.
bought your Seiko, wasn't it?
And yes, I did buy my Seiko, but once again, my preferences are changing. My ergonomics, the feel of
What's
of new
comfortable? Your body's
ergonomics
changing.
is now changing.
Your breasts are growing.
So, I want to adapt that rifle to suit, and I can't. It's just so I don't know if the Benelli. The Benelli is going to be probably an outstanding shooting rifle, and it's smooth, slick, fucking all the rest of it. But the fact of the matter is, there's no aftermarket support for it.
Don't
I'm
need
just
it.
being selfish. I just want to have a look at one. So if you buy it, then I can try it through you.
The only aftermarket anything I've ever put on a fucking rifle is a scope.
Yeah, look that. Once again,
you don't need to trick out a rifle to do what you want to do.
Evolution. Well, no, incorrect, because you've done the very same thing to your shotgun. So it's your preference and the evolution of where you are at shooting, and you've bought a Hauer, and your Hauer action is compatible to a fuckload of shit.
Yeah, I know.
It's a Rem.
But that's not why I got
clone.
it. I got it because the cheapest fucking gun I could find.
I know, but so inadvertently, it was a very, very good purchase.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
For the price, you rebarrel that and put that in a KRG Bravo stock or something, man. Fuck, she'd
Not
sing.
going to happen.
She'd fucking sing. But you say it's not going to happen now.
That's true. I say that
I
now.
do think you have an obsession with tricking shit out, though.
You do. Absolutely you do.
Look, if I'm gonna squeeze the very best performance out of something, yeah, you're gonna have to trick it out, man. You're not gonna get and once again, you're a hypocrite. You put a brake on your fucking gun. You put a bipod on your gun. Once again, you're tricking it out, man.
No, I'm not tricking out. That's
you're
just
finding
some
up your
accessories.
trigger. You're tricking it out. So
He's not changing platform though.
once again,
I mean, just each to their own, man. Like if you want to like, because you out of all of us, you apply the most mods and the most custom changes to rifle platforms out of all of us. Like that's your thing. That's what you do. You know more about it than any of us do. Like for me, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to buy a rifle, I want to whack a scope on it. I want to go shooting.
Use it.
I'll finesse the hand loads so that it works, but.
you're just missing. You just got to shoot more.
No, it's not. No.
Like,
Yeah, but
I
then
get what you're
over
meaning.
time, you can
I get what you mean.
upgrade stuff and and go, oh, this feature would work well for me because I've been doing so much of this. If I got this, that'll improve that part of what I use the rifle for.
I'm not saying you're
This is
wrong
the
for
thing.
doing that.
You'll get
Oh,
it out of the box
no,
and
I
just
get it.
fucking do everything to it and then use it for the first time.
I get it, Ryan. You just want a tool. You want a tool to do
Yeah.
the job and put meat on the table.
Yeah.
And look, I am 100% fucking with you right there. But then as I then hunt and I, find little things like, an oversized fucking mag release would be fucking mint because I've fucking cocked it up a few times changing mags now or whatever, and it's been quite difficult. Oh, it's $100 part. Sick. I'll just go buy it and fucking stick it in.
I have more of an adapt and overcome approach to that sort of thing where I go, okay, I've cocked it up a couple of times. Muscle memory will kick in. I don't really like.
Until you lose a fucking 16 or 18
Yeah, but if you're
point
using
red
it day in,
stag.
day out, that's going to fucking get old pretty quick.
Yeah, if you're doing it all the time, but if you're putting in the effort to, like I sat in my house and cycled my bolt, my new rifle, just for fucking a couple of hours until my muscle memory kicked in. Like you can adapt yourself to the way that your rifle works a lot easier than what people think that you do. It's like this case of just picking up a rifle and it doesn't work for you straight away. Well, it's not going to be like that at all for anything. You do tend to work, but what I think the approach that you have is you try to make it to work in with you as well as adapt, whereas I just prefer to adapt for the whole fucking thing.
I get that, man. I 100% get that because when I was young, I had a Telly air rifle and, bro, this thing definitely did not shoot straight, but I just used it that much that when you just know?
Yeah.
Like you pick up a gun and you're
That's what my rifle is.
mate,
You
this
put anyone
is,
else behind my gun, they can't shoot straight.
Yeah, it's just like this weird,
I got
weird
the wrong
thing.
scope and all kinds of shit. But
But I get you, and that's sort of like forcing yourself to just fucking familiarise yourself with your rifle, which you should do anyway. And I'm a firm believer in it anyway. I just, as I'm getting older and, my dexterity in my hands aren't as great or, whatever, I kind of if I can find something that's, helps me instead of hinders me, I'd like to do it. So I don't mind having the aftermarket support, and the Seiko really let me down there. And that thing is like a high-class fucking rifle, man. It's definitely, and it's a shooter. Don't get me wrong. It's a fucking shooter. But it's let me down. And despite wisdom of greater men than me that said not to go down that road, I went down that road, and now I'm sort of regretting it a little bit. Not really, but,
Anyway, that's why my answer is get a Benelli Lupo, so then you buy it and I get to try it because I want to try one. And then
stop being a cheap ass and buy yourself a fucking new gun.
Hey,
man,
this is your question.
You're more
I'm giving you an
class.
answer. I'm giving you an answer.
So I think out of
I get to try something and you get to buy it.
I think out of all of this, we can all come to an understanding that Josh is going to get a cattle bolt gun
I think so.
and a cowboy hat.
All right, I'll get a bolt gun and a cowboy hat. I have no idea where to get a fucking bolt gun from, but yeah.
I will sort that out for you.
We'll work it out, mate.
I'll buy it, and I will probably have to hunt carp with it because I can't see myself
You
getting
just
any
got to.
closer.
Do you know what? What we got to do is we got to go like pig hunting, but you're just gonna have to jump on that
with dogs.
motherfucker.
That'd be actually pretty handy, man.
It would be. It'd be like
Don't have to stick it. You just bolt
If it was mechanical, not gas, and you got your dogs after it, then just straight up into the head or into the chest.
it's easy to pop a pig from the top of it through its skull than it would be to try and like grab its hind legs, flip it, and try and do the old pig stick.
Yeah, just saying, like it'd probably work quite well.
Fucking hell, I think we'd like started and innovate within. the
Can
industry.
can I choose whether it's gas or mechanical?
I'll give you that one. But you have to have a cowboy hat.
Mechanical. All right, I'll wear a cowboy hat. And the next pig hunt we go on, I'll take it.
Done.
Do you like the way he framed his question too, by the way? A Warwick or a bolt gun? So he's already led us down a path of
Oh no, that
a
was
specific-
that was quite. I think that was planned.
He just wants
it
a
was.
unanimous vote. Oh, get a Warwick, man. It's so good. Do it, Josh.
It's fucking classy, bro.
I think you've made your mind up. You just want everyone else to go,
You just need someone
do
to
it,
give you
man.
permission.
Do it.
Oh, look, I'm torn at the moment of that 223 AI and that fucking and the Warwick actually. Like,
Just
which
bide
one
your
to
time,
finish.
mate. There's no one saying you have to buy a gun tomorrow.
You're going to trade it in 18 months after
yeah,
buying
you
it
can,
anyway.
you can have regrets in 2 years anyway. So just experience it.
Look,
let me try it.
I
and
don't
then-
actually think I will. I don't think I will because Dad walked away with a
Said
good
the same thing
setup,
about the ticket,
man.
bro.
You know, so he traded in. So
I think there's just a continual need to purchase a new gun. within
no,
you.
there's certainly a upgrade in technology. I understand that. Like you've got to understand, from when I was a kid to now, it's fucking light years ahead, man.
Yeah.
We
were all there.
Something we've talked about
then
though is having stuff to hand, keep forever and hand down to. You've
I ain't
moved on from all your
I ain't
guns. Have you moved on from that theology as well?
I ain't nostalgic like too much like that. I would have liked to have kept Dad's Mod 2 and handed it down. But I'll take his 6.5 Creedmoor any day.
Are you still with the AI?
Yes, we
I mean,
still
I
have the AI.
would have liked his 22-250, like for his fucking in inverted commas adopted son, but no, fucking sold it, didn't he?
Yeah, because he likes his 6.5.
Do you know what? If he'd asked me, I probably would have bought it from him.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, it's that Adelaide gun shop.
I'm not
man.
fucking buying it for Adelaide gun shop prices now.
I hear they have a special on next week.
Yeah. Just do it. Go buy a rifle. Go get something. God.
I bought a new reel
Ooh,
Just
for
go
the
spend
weekend.
money,
for
Caleb.
the weekend. Yes,
You did.
yes, I did.
What is it?
I went to BCF.
Is it something? Is it?
What is
What is it?
your
No,
surf rod?
it's a Savage Gear Manic 6000. It's just like a surf reel. It was $100, and they were doing it for 50.
Oh, are they still doing that sale?
And in Josh's mind, he's like, you have to spend $500 on a fucking reel. But no, I don't. For the amount of times I go surf fishing, $100 reel is fine.
My Kmart special needs a new reel.
Anyway,
So
they're
for
on
$50,
special.
that's well within my price range. Like
Yeah.
$55 is my max
Half price, $50, man.
from BCF.
Just a reel, not a rod. I already have a rod.
Does it come with
I
fishing
can-
line already on it, or do I have to put it on there? Because that's like a real, I don't want to do that.
This is Josh being a brand whore again.
No,
Because he's like $500 is what you
I'm
have
not
to
going to
spend.
spend
That doesn't answer my
$50
question.
on a shit reel.
Do I get fishing line for my $50?
No, you have to put it on yourself.
Fuck that shit.
I already had some fucking braid, so I'll put that on it.
I got to ask, when you lose that 54-pound marlin, right? Because your reel's fucking shit.
It'll do the job just fine.
Do you know what'd be
my friend.
great is that if he
And when your $900 reel breaks and mine's still going, then the shoe will be on the other foot, won't it, motherfucker?
I would laugh so hard when my $35 Kmart surf rod reels in a 60-pound fucking mulloway and you guys have got fuck all.
Look, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm saying the chances of you
It's gonna
landing
happen.
that thing
gonna
are
happen,
pretty
bro.
slim. All right, we can test this weekend.
Done.
Not that there's mullies out where we're at. We'd probably get maybe some King George whiting or something, maybe.
So
It's a fish off. It's a fish off. It's official. It's a fish off.
No, the last time we did this, who won?
Well, I wasn't there, so fuck both of you. Now it's a contest.
When was the last time we
Who's
did
reeling in the
this?
biggest
You
fish
and
this
I
weekend?
went with Couchy down to Victor.
Oh,
Vic
yeah.
Lane.
Who did win?
I did.
Oh, because you got whiting. Pretty sure I kept catching the same fish.
It was a stripey.
It was stripey. The same fucking thing was like,
you see who gets the
oh, look,
biggest
it's the same little yum food. Like, get the fuck off my hook, man.
Do you know what? Don't fucking shame me. What? Like, you're such a brand whore.
Here you sit there on your high pedestal saying, "Oh, I research everything before I
Do you know
buy."
what?
And
I
you
didn't research this one bit.
Oh,
I
get out.
fucking went, I need a new surf reel, walked into BCF, went, fuck, that's on special, half price. I'm going to
Take my
fucking
money.
buy it.
Fucking.
What's wrong with that? I don't have to research the ins and outs of a duck's ass all the time.
But have you researched the ins and outs of a duck's ass?
Not as thoroughly as one might expect. That's weird. That's weird. Why would you say that?
Why would one expect you to do it thoroughly?
Because I do
Oh,
thorough research when I
I've
bother doing it.
I've got a thing for you. Silky
I know you do. That's why you're still
chickens,
hanging on.
right?
Silky chickens.
Right, when they jizz on the back of the fucking. So you have to AI silkies because their feathers are too thick. But what happens is they jizz on, like, I guess if it worked, they jizz on the feather, the jizz would run down, and the vagina pulsates and sucks in the fucking jizz.
So
Don't have a
if
cloaca.
a silky accidentally
Don't
got his
birds have
cock
a-
in the right spot, it'd be like the pussy's giving him a blowjob.
Yeah, it looks like a prolapse anus, like sucking in and out.
Isn't that called a cloaca in a bird?
Yeah, something
So-
like that.
Anyway, that's a very specific bit of information.
Yeah.
And anyone who doesn't know you out there listening to this right now is going to go,
No,
wow,
you-
Josh has a weird amount
You
of
said
knowledge on
duck's ass, so I was just like,
how-
I'll chime in.
Your like porn research must be fucking.
Nah, man.
How you going?
Nah, I saw a dude AI a silky a couple times, and it was disturbing.
this. Josh was jerking off in the corner at the time, but
For those playing at home, AI means artificially inseminate. It's not
Oh,
some
God,
kind
I
of fucking
think-
fetish that Josh has.
it also
They
means
know
artificial
that.
intelligence.
Oh, in context, fuck. You two are terrible for interpreting things in context.
No,
This is
what
you
we're
think
doing.
I have
What we're
cryptic
doing
messages.
is providing a sound explanation for people for your fucked up fucking.
You're terrible explaining things unless, in the case of this topic, you decide to fucking over-explain something
Nah.
and make it take 10 years.
Nah. I feel like I was on par.
Well, it ended up being a good
Ladies and
topic,
gentlemen,
Josh.
hit us up on Instagram. Do you think Josh is on par for this episode with explaining things adequately?
You motherfuckers better say yes.
Look, you won the last poll.
Just be
so-
honest. The truth. Let the truth fly. Let it.
And should I buy a Warwick?
No, you're getting a bolt gun.
So that should have been your question. Should I buy the Warwick? No, what other bolt gun?
No, I was sitting there and I wanted to fucking make it interesting. All right, Camp Mum?
Buy me a Benelli so I can try it.
Buy yourself you're a working class man.
I just think of spaghetti every time you say that.
Sell your ticker.
Never.
Fuck off.
Never.
Fuck off.
Never. She's mine for life. Do not fucking talk ill of Genevieve.
I'm not keen on that fucking like bell end that you've got on the end.
Are you jealous because Genevieve's got a bigger bell end than you?
There's nothing wrong with it.
It is not.
It's big and it's black. Shut up. That's why he feels intimidated.
Genevieve has a big black thing. Genevieve.
I'll keep her forever. I'll
It's
never sell her. I'll
2021.
never sell her.
It is 2021.
I'll never
Genevieve
sell her.
can
I'll
do-
treat her good and I'll keep her forever. Not like you, fucking
Nah.
just.
You got two.
More
You
arse
got
and
two
class.
daughters, bro. So you're gonna have to get another gun if you're gonna hand them down for your nostalgic shit.
Nah, it just gives them to the favourite.
They can have the Benelli when you give it to me.
Oh, that's right. He's got one daughter.
Anyway, Caleb.
We're moving on now.
Yes.
Good. Give me some more wine.
No, we're doing this. What is this? We've got.
Oh, crikey. What is this?
This is the chocolate flavored chocolate flavored port from Calamaster Winery.
Oh, okay.
It turns out that 2 bottles of wine are not enough.
Oh, it smells great. Let's try it.
The perks of living in the wine state.
Oh, wow.
It's delicious. Isn't it?
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
That is so
Hot damn, that's good.
Fucking oath.
That's
Guys,
like got a coffee fucking
It does.
like
It tastes
fucking-
more like coffee than chocolate.
excellent with a big fat fucking
Ooh.
Dominican Republic cigar.
Mate, I'm experiencing the elegance. I am.
I hope you are.
I think Josh is
Fuck.
at half mast right now. Fucking hell.
Fuck, half mast, mate. It's knocking the table.
For those planning at home, it's available at most Ann Murphy's. Calamaster Winery, Sable.
Wouldn't mind shooting a sable.
Is it actually chocolate port?
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's fucking great.
Oh,
It's not fucking coffee. It's chocolate. It says coffee on the back of
Is it coffee?
yeah, I was going to say it.
Crikey. I'm like,
sorry.
this tastes way too much like coffee.
It tastes like, yeah, it's got a strong.
I might have
strong
fucked that
note
up
of
then.
coffee.
You massively fucked that up. It's coffee port.
Wait, did you just give us the good stuff?
Did we just go into the collection of something we weren't supposed to drink?
I was
No,
going to
absolutely
crack
not.
this.
It's actually quite cheap for what it is.
I was going to crack this when my son turned 18.
Fuck, I came close, eh? I found the bottle of scotch that me and the wife bought for Archie when he was born and forgot that, that it was the super expensive bottle of
You
scotch.
opened it, didn't you? You
No, I
opened it.
didn't. No.
You fucking opened
Black label Jim Beam.
Yeah, you opened it.
Johnny Walker.
Oh, no,
opened
it's like this custom small batch that we ordered from Scotland.
Really?
Yeah, man.
What are you going to do? Like get crunk when he's 18?
Yeah.
it. You fucking opened it.
Yeah,
I did.
He's got his
Look at his he
He fucking opened it.
He's
Oh
looking.
shit, I can't drink this.
He's looking high to the right.
It's really, you know how like you have, you know how like you open a lid and then it makes the clicky noise and all the little bits around the bottom of the ring
Oh, so
disconnect.
you fucked it.
Trying to realign those is very hard.
Did you fill it up with water?
He's had
gone
prior
off.
experience.
I don't. The bottles of alcohol that I drink that I'm not supposed to drink, I don't fill them back up. I just put them back. We covered this in the last.
He's got
podcast.
priors on this.
Yeah, I do have priors.
Oh god.
Oh, by the way, $600. That a couple of episodes ago, we talked about a bottle of cognac that I drank that belonged to my parents. It was a $600 bottle of cognac.
Holy fuck! You asked your mum recently, obviously. $600, everyone. I've never bought a bottle of alcohol that cost $600.
Well, you got.
I don't think you've ever bought anything.
I don't think
by
my
the
parents
sounds of it.
appreciated what it was worth. Though, like my parents weren't really heavy drinkers until after they got divorced. So they didn't really understand that a French girl coming over from France giving them a $600 bottle of cognac. They were just like, oh, okay, no worries. And I was like, fucking tastes good. Cheers.
It's like
Nah,
when
I'll-
someone gives me alcohol, the first thing I do is Google how much it's worth to see whether it's
Of
worth.
course you do. Of course
Because
you do.
I want to know: do I need to cherish this forever? Do I need to keep it? Should I just drink? What occasion should I drink this? Is
Okay.
what I need to know.
From now, all right, for Christmas, you're getting a fucking dollar. I'm going to find a $1 bottle of fucking wine for you.
Thank you for doing the research for me, because then I'll just use it as cooking wine every time.
So, have you guys ever been given a bottle of alcohol and still had it the next day?
Ooh,
Yes, multiple times.
I think like a handful of times, maybe.
Never. I have never been. Oh, no, sorry. I've purchased. I was thinking about when we drank that Blue Label, but I bought that. I've never been given a bottle of alcohol and then still had it the next day. I'd drink it.
It's pretty. I feel like the setting that you're going to get given piss in, you're going to drink it.
That's true. Like it's usually like a celebrating an occasion of some sort.
Or a
Isn't it?
birthday or something. And you're going to be like, oh, well, fuck, while I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but in that situation, do you not Google to see what it is and what it's worth?
absolutely not.
I don't care.
So
It's
if
the
someone gives
thought
you a
that counts.
so if someone gives you a $500 bottle of something,
It's
you're
a-
just going to drink. Ryan is going to
Fucking
drink
oath.
it that
And
night.
I'll
Yeah, man. Down the
I'll
hatch,
share
don't
it
look
with them.
back.
And I'll share it with them. You
Oh yeah, you share it with them. Like,
fuck
Look
me.
down your nose at
That is
me.
disgusting.
fuck, if I buy someone
can't
an
'cause you're
expensive
short,
bottle of
but-
something, I expect them to share it. Like I'm partly buying the things that I like as well because I know that they're going to. Well,
Give
I
it to-
expect them
yeah.
to share it with
Yeah.
me. That's the unwritten rule, man.
Yep. 100%. That's disgusting. It's a thought that counts, Caleb.
Yeah, and I can see how big of a thought it was.
Well, now you can think it's $1.
Oh, do you know what?
Are we doing Christmas presents?
Have you? A fucking oath we're doing Christmas presents.
Yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely, we're doing Christmas
No.
presents.
Yeah,
No.
let's do it.
Oh, fuck off, Cam. We're doing Christmas presents.
Yeah,
No.
fuck
Yeah.
off. We're doing Senate mate Christmas presents.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Googling how much you spend on me.
Of course. Let's find something that's a cent and give it to him.
Have you guys seen
stamp.
like
Let's just do
all
a dollar
the
limit.
like the heavy metal bands and rock bands are now releasing their own scotches? Like limited.
Everyone is.
I haven't been paying attention to that.
Fucking
no.
everyone is.
Yeah.
They're starting to get expensive as well.
I mean, fuck, Conor McGregor's fucking releasing his own fucking
Yeah.
whiskey.
What a flog.
Fuck.
Absolute fucking flog.
Proper 12, didn't he sell it? He sold it. He sold Proper 12.
Did he?
Yeah. For like an obscene amount of money.
Yeah.
Probably.
Fuck.
I think it was $500 million.
I mean, speak about like arse and class. The dude had some skill for a bit, but I think he come out on top with the whole still making money despite not being able to fight thing.
Oh, bro, his last fight, he made 60 million or some shit, didn't he? 20 million? I don't know, something.
I don't know.
He's definitely lacking class now.
Yeah.
Like mouthing off about dudes' wives and shit. That's
Yeah.
not good.
Like, if he wasn't a fighter and he did that, I'm pretty sure everyone would be like, you're just a fucking cunt.
Do you know what? He's just the highest paid sportsman in the world, so good on him.
He's the right. It's that whole like,
That's smart, man. Like, he's gone from zero to hero and fucking earning bank. Like, that's smart.
it'd be interesting to see if he's capitalized on all of his earnings or if he's just done the normal like drop kick,
coke.
becomes a rich kid and then burns all of his money.
I think, man, once you start earning that kind of money, your lifestyle goes up. You start
Oh,
burning
fucking
for a
oath.
bit.
But that's like a common story though, isn't it? Famous people end up being broke as fuck because the money stops coming in, but they're living a lifestyle that's so extravagant. They didn't think about putting anything towards.
You make more, you spend more.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you got 5 boats, you got 5 registrations.
Next
And you
minute, you're
got
buying
five-
a Warwick.
5
Fucking hell.
girlfriends and you just it's all good.
Mate, I can get deer meat. Actually, Couchy, I gave him some back straps and I can't remember how much it was, how much in kilos it was. But he said the other day he Googled fucking how much deer meat was it per kilo. I think it was like 3 kilos or 4 kilos or something like that. And he's like, oh, it was like $80+ worth. I actually think it might have been more. It might have been like $140 worth.
Depends
of
on what
meat
cut
I
it is,
gave him.
man. But yeah.
Yeah, look.
And you're
okay.
judging him for Googling
Okay,
how much it's worth?
It
when you
was
give him a
fucking.
gift? And next time you're just going to
It
give
was a
him fucking the
backstrap.
eyeballs and assholes and testicles?
Did he cook
or-
it and eat it with you?
It was a backstrap, so it's prime meat.
I just
But
like to
yeah.
know the value of something. And I know because I've Googled as well how much deer meat's worth. And so
Do
if
you
you
Google my previous Christmas presents that I've given you? What the worth?
No, because if I know roughly what they're worth, I'm not obsessed with how much something's worth. I'm talking about alcohol specifically to know then what occasion to apply drinking that to. So if it's a $30 bottle of wine, I know the setting in which I want to drink that. If it's a $10 bottle of wine,
that's granted.
fucking do whatever. If it's a $100 bottle of scotch,
I don't
well,
agree with
special
that, man.
occasion.
You feel like drinking, you feel like drinking.
No,
Actually, I agree with Caleb on that particular stance. Like scotch, no, I've got no limits with that. But wine, like, I write the value of the bottle of wine that I buy on the label. Like
oh,
on
now
across
the truth
barcode.
comes out. See,
No,
I'm
that
not
I
stomach-
buy for myself. Like if someone buys it for me, I'm just going to fucking drink it.
Nah. You see, I sit there.
I don't want to be like 2 bottles in and then go for $120 bottle of wine because you're just not going to be able to fucking.
No,
know
you do
it's
that
good.
to start with, and then you get into the shit stuff.
Yeah,
Dad's
no.
got like some grandfather port at home, and it's been sitting there for like fucking a decade. And I'm like, mate, you're probably going to cark it before you get to drink it. Just crack it open.
Yeah. Is it as? Do you reckon it'd be as good as the Kellermeister that we're drinking right now?
It was
Oh, it
pretty
fucking
bloody
better
good.
be.
Anyway,
It better
the
be good.
price of deer meat, yes, I think it's worthwhile knowing what the cost of it is because then you can even more appreciate the fact not just someone's giving you some free meat, but fuck, that's expensive meat.
I'm learning something from you.
Do you know what I think? I think that knowing the price of deer meat is very important
I'm
because then
learning
you
something
can.
about you.
I feel like you're judging me now.
Well, these eyes are not incriminating.
Is that a song? Like what? No,
I like to appreciate the value of things.
I think that understanding the price of deer meat is very important because then it also grants you a greater appreciation for when you do fill your freezer and you go, okay, well,
Or when you go on a hunt internationally, fucking interstate, and you're like, I just outlaid $500 to be here, but I brought back $1,000 worth of meat. Cool. Then you can sort of
Or you
justify.
hunt for the fun and the enjoyment and getting out there as well as the meat.
Well, of course, you do that anyway, but then you can sort of make a mental note of, well, what you've recuperated out of doing something. You realize, well, I'm not just shitting money down the sinkhole. I am doing something worthwhile.
See, you go you fish, but yet you don't eat fish and you don't catch fish.
yeah, I always forget that you don't eat fish. I just
But I give it away to people who do if I bring something back.
that's
I don't have to like fish.
Do you gut it?
I do eat fish, but not all fish.
Do you like fillet? Is it called fillet?
I'll do all that shit. I'll fucking gut it and fillet it and do all that stuff. Doesn't mean I have to enjoy eating it.
I don't. Like, everyone knows that I don't catch fish, so like I catch fucking stripies, the same fucking stripey every time.
As Dora.
I'll go fishing in Gawler and get a fucking stripey, and then go down to fucking second beach and get a stripey in the same fucking stripey.
You pull it out and it's fucking like talking to whales.
So I actually don't understand your stance on this. You're judging me for Googling the price of alcohol.
Yeah, I'm judging
Yet
you,
you're
man.
also judging me for my $50 fucking reel I just bought.
Yeah, I'm being
Because
judgy tonight.
in your mind, you're thinking, oh, you got to spend $500 on a decent fucking piece of kit.
Nope, I'm just having some class.
Caleb, have you said your topic breakdown yet?
I have not. I have not even got there.
How the fuck are we an hour in?
I don't know, because
Do you know
I
why?
spoke about shit.
Do you know why? Because this topic is so fucking hard. We're just sort of workshopping it between us as we go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of padding.
Unless you're doing like R18 fucking more ass than class, yeah, this topic's pretty hard.
I got a damn pat, bro.
Do you?
Oh, Ryan's got a fucking sneak.
We'll judge that.
Anyway, so I'm in two minds whether to edit that out or not. It's just excessive.
Please don't.
I'm gonna Google the dollar value of that laugh.
Wait, we should do a podcast.
Turn it
one
into
day
MP3, put it up
where
online.
we've all got to put on an accent and keep it for the whole podcast.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
That would be hard.
Considering you
All
can't
right.
do accents.
Fucking let me do my topic. All right, let's get it out of the way. It's a fucking hard topic this week. So
Go. 3, 2, 1, go.
more ass than class. So when I was
He's lingering.
overseas
He's stuttering.
on a trip overseas, I went to a certain
You were tripping overseas.
Oh,
red
he went to a brothel. Oh!
light district. And I'm just kidding. I'm not fucking going down that path.
No, he didn't. He didn't deny it. He didn't deny it. He said he wasn't going down that path. He wasn't going to discuss it, but he went there. So we now
He went
know-
down that path and through that red door, baby.
Oh, he did.
No, I've never been to a red light district. More class than ass.
Fuck
Thank you.
off.
All right, more ass than class. Right. So I fucking struggled hard with this topic this week. All right. So stop judging me. Now, more ass than class is actually an album by Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs.
Really?
Yes, legit. All right. Very famous Australian musician and band, more so in the 70s. So when I think of Billy Thorpe, it takes me back to, I'm drawing a long bow here. All right. So it takes
When do you not?
Hey, it's my podcast. Do what I want.
It's my podcast and I do what I want and fuck everyone else.
Nailed it. I'm going to make a t-shirt out of that. Takes me back to first grade music class where I swear all we ever did was have a repertoire of about 5 songs, and the music teacher was one of those like hippy dippy, like wear a wreath of flowers in her hair, and I swear we didn't do much, but fucking just bang on instruments and listen to songs all day. So she had some like pretty like Eagle Rock and, you know, songs like of that sort of genre, but one of them was Billy Thorpe, and some people I know think that I'm crazy.
Some people I know.
Yeah, it's not a bad song.
So there you go. That's my progression to get me to first grade when I was 6 years of age.
You went to school?
What? I thought you were homeschooled.
Yeah. I thought you were a bum.
Not the whole time. Fuck me.
You went
I
I
did actually go to physical school.
You sure? Can you remember it?
Was it your imagination?
Fuck up.
Yeah. Hippie flowers, fucking school teachers.
Oh, his parents took him to
Billy
Burning
Bob.
Man and he thought it was school.
He
That's
was on,
so cute.
He was on shrooms from a young age.
All right, get it all out.
Explains the,
Just going to let you keep going.
It's so easy to fucking. It's so easy to poke the bear.
Just
I'm
ignore
sorry,
me now.
Burning Man and you are 3.
Yeah, sorry. No school.
Yeah, and there was a hooker there with a massive ass, right?
Oh, was this at the red light district?
Yep. When I was 3 years of age.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a jumping castle. What the fuck? Come on, let me finish. Anyway, so that Billy Thorpe, that song took me back to when I was 6, and I grew up in the Adelaide Hills. And it's funny how songs will take you back to memories of certain times, right?
Yeah,
So-
it's not smells. All right.
And smells,
Okay.
right? All right, cool. So when I was 6, that's when I first started, well, when I first remember just being in the outdoors constantly, right? So I'd get home from school. We lived on a few acres in Basket Range in Adelaide Hills. And we had goats, we had ducks, we had chickens. Bit of fuck you.
Did you play Duck, Duck, Chicken, Goat?
Yeah, that's the one.
Did you get a silver spoon and feed the semen?
Oh, God.
No, I believe it comes in a jug.
Nah, ducks, it's got to be a fucking silver spoon.
No, he had a flock.
Anyway. There's a natural spring, there's tadpoles, there's snakes, there's everything. All right. And I used to get home from school every day. And this is like such a fond memory for me is do my chores, which was basically collecting the eggs, feeding the goats and watering the goats. And I would just walk around this property with a machete, pick blackberries, chop trees down. The dog would follow me everywhere, go up to the spring, catch some tadpoles. I'm like, that was a fucking like idyllic childhood of just, and I never watched TV.
Did you ask people to call you Huckleberry Finn?
Did you have a TV?
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. So,
You
yes,
had
we had
overalls. So
we had
we
understand
know.
what
we
you're
had a
trying to
TV. We only got ABC.
And
Or as everyone called it back then, Channel 2.
and you had overalls.
the antenna was working on the wireless.
It wasn't an antenna. It was a fucking coat hanger upside down.
Dude, a coat hanger upside down is better than an antenna.
What I'm trying to get at here with my very long progression from the topic,
And you thought mine was.
well, it was hard this week, all right, is I think that was like the perfect childhood for being outdoors constantly and not being interested in technology or TV and just wanting to be outside all the time, experiencing the outdoors. So now my kids are nearly 6 themselves and their upbringing is very different. They've only grown up in suburbia, so it's very different to mine. So my question to the two of you, a father, a prospective father in front of me, is what if you could design a life for your kids and how they grow up and experience the outdoors, what would that actually look like? Because I would love it if my
Ready?
Kid.
Ready? 2 words. Van life. I'm out. Drop
Mic drop.
mic.
if I could design it for my girls, I'd have something similar to what I grew up with. So obviously, like how I live in suburbia, their mum lives in suburbia. That's what they're used to.
So
They like the outdoors. They like going
I
camping
feel like
and stuff.
getting them out at this age is so after what you've just described, getting them out at this age is imperative. So getting them out away from suburbia, getting them to try a different life, whether that's through extended camping, like week or full week long camping or something like that. Give them as much experience outside of suburbia as possible so they can make their own mind up and learn things for themselves. I'm not a father, but to me that would be ideal because obviously they don't have the same setting that you grew up with.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying if you could design it, would it be, a comfortable suburban life, or would it be rural? Would it be middle ground, sort of like the hills? What would it look like? Because I think the way I grew up was perfect in that it wasn't like full on farm life and experiencing the hardships, but it wasn't like standard stock standard suburban life with your backyard, play a bit of backyard cricket and do whatever. It was, we got a bit of land, there's animals you got to look after without that being your livelihood. And I didn't want to come home from school and watch TV every day. I wanted to come home and grab my machete and go chop a tree down or build a fort or terrorize the geese or, do stuff outside by default. I'd love that for them if that's all they wanted to do was be outside all the time. And they do.
Can give them that without having to live on land. You can.
But it's hard because it's harder because you have to then take them. And we go on hikes, we go on bushwalks, they go camping, all that sort of stuff. And they love it. But I would love if they were just there, like by default.
It's a lot different than having it as a trip away as opposed to a way of living. Like I can relate absolutely to what you're saying, Caleb, because I grew up on a larger parcel of land where there was just scrubland out the back, and I'd disappear down there with my younger brother, build forts. Like we found all kinds of like old cattle bones and skulls, and just being outside and exploring and building things and being out in nature instead of relying on a synthetic entertainment, going out and using your imagination and finding that way of playing as a kid that was the way that nature, well, not the way that nature intended it to be, but like using nature and using your own natural mind and imagination to entertain yourself. Like it's
climbing trees, whatever.
Do you find that like, even if you live in suburbia as a child, you sort of go through a phase of life where you're drawn to that anyway?
I've always been drawn to that. I grew up there, but then my parents moved house to a lot more of a suburban sort of orientated living, and I fucking hated it.
Yeah, but then as a child, you're going out for a walk or something like that, and you're oh, Mum, I'm going out for a walk in the gully. Like I used to live around the corner. I used to go to a friend's house in Golden Grove, Peter, and he lived 2 seconds away from this gully, and he lived on quite a large block, I guess, for suburbia. But even when I was at his house, like I stayed there for like weeks on end at times.
Yeah.
And I found that even living in the middle of suburbia, we would end up just gravitating towards this fucking goddamn gully.
Humans do that, man. That's a
like
proven
we're like,
thing.
oh, let's go for a walk, or and it just ended up going to the gully. No matter what we did, we'd like, let's go to the shops. You go to the shops, but then you cut back home through the gully, and you'd be like, "Fuck!"
There's adventure there, potential adventure.
I mean,
excitement.
Why do you
the
think people
unknown.
want to fill their houses with plants? Why do you think that there's like you got to go for a walk down to the park? Like, people have a
But
natural.
do you
they're
think-
naturally drawn to nature? It's
Do you think kids will try and find that, will have that sort of like feeling themselves, even if you don't live, even if you don't have that perfect sort of like setting, or you got 5 acres in the hills and this and that? Do you find in suburbia, do you think they're going to just gravitate there, as they get older, or do you think they're going to go the opposite way and just, sit on the PlayStation and fucking eat potato chips?
yeah. But you,
I think when they're children, they'll do what is ever easiest and convenient. So you have to, as parents, direct them when they're not by default in that setting. So you have to take them away camping. You have to take them on a hike. You have to
See, my parents
Put
didn't
them in
take me
those-
on a camp or a hike or anything like that, and I still gravitated towards.
yeah, but you got to
Scrub.
also got to keep in mind that kids don't have the ability to, that like their concept of time isn't developed enough to understand that they can plan 2 or 3 weeks ahead. So if they're not in that environment now, they can eventually make their way to that environment. They just understand the here and now that they're in.
and things
So-
now, like 30 years down the track from when we were the age of my girls, it's now designed to keep you in front of that electronic entertainment all
that's
the
true.
time. It's even more so designed to hook you in and keep you there.
Well, so does this give you an idea of maybe your future prospects for a house?
Well, yes, I don't want to be in suburbia for my next
Oh,
residence.
shit, yeah.
I'm going to tell you, whether it's 5 acres or fucking 100 acres, you'll end up giving up your weekends even more so. Not to your kids, but to the land.
Yeah. But it depends on how you play that, though, because there's communities that have developed with that sort of thing in mind where they've got multiple families living on the same block, very with space between
See,
them.
I tried to get used to into that shit.
We didn't want to join your cult, Josh,
It's
because
one of
you
those
demanded
things
too many
where-
things sexually of me. So I said no.
Sorry.
And when you're offering...
Man's got fucking...
The thing that got me out of all of that you proposed, Josh, is the shrine that you wanted us to bow down to. And then the dress code.
I just wanted you to bow to my cock.
Yeah, but no one's going to go to the gym 3 times a day and wear a shirtless sleeve all year round. A sleeveless shirt all year round, should I say?
Shirtless sleeve.
Shirtless sleeve.
No, on your cock, you wear a shirtless sleeve.
Oh, of course, it's a cock piece. That's given.
No,
I mean-
but in all seriousness, it was a good concept. Buy a big parcel of land, chuck 4 houses at 4 corners of the place, share costs.
We can still do
I can still do it. Like, it's still a pipe dream.
The
I'd
trouble
love to
that
do
we've
it.
always struggled with is we've always all been at different stages of life
Yes.
Yeah.
to each other, and we've never just been in the same, not the same wavelength, but in the same position where we can all go, "Yep, bang, let's do
Yeah,
it."
we've all got 100K
See,
savings in
this
the
is
bank.
where,
Let's do it.
like, even if you
no.
got like $1 saved, you just go, yeah, I'm doing it. Let's do
For
it.
now, like I think the older we get, the more we realize that nothing ever has its own right. Nothing ever has its perfect moment or right timing. You need to either
Do it or not.
you do it or you
I
don't.
mean,
But
I
you
see what
got to
you're saying,
work
Josh.
towards
But
it.
there's the reality as well. Like, we can all agree and say, let's do it tomorrow, and then in 3 months' time, when one of us defaults and can't fucking pay the repayments, then it's a different story.
See, I feel like at that stage, if you're going to go into something like that, you're all going in knowing, okay, we may have to pull the slack at some stage because there's life happens and people get laid off or whatever for whatever reason. So you all go in there and go, okay, and yeah, for 6 months, a year, you can hold them up together. That's part of the community. If one person's not quite there, you hold them up, and then boom, okay, you're solid for a few years. Oh, and then it might be your time that you have a bit of hardship, but everyone else holds you up. That's where you're getting sort of nitty gritty. Oh, fucking someone defaults and this and that. No,
but
that's missing the whole value.
No,
of
I'm not
community
because I
living.
agree, but we will have to be at a base level to start the fucking thing.
Yeah,
You can't all just go, this is a great idea, let's do it, and fucking...
But it's
You see, this
you've
is
got to get
where
to
I think
a level to start that.
This is where I think a lot of opportunities are missed in life because you don't have fucking the 401k sitting in a bank, and you don't have fucking.
I think
this and that.
I'm with you on that one. Where you got to commit to something and you got to do it. You got to take that leap. But I also think that the reason why you go into something like this with other people is because you can't afford to do it yourself. Which means that if something does go terribly wrong, if you're like, it's a fear based thing. It's not like you doubt other people. It's just to prepare for the worst, expect the best kind of mentality that everyone's different on that spectrum. Like, you're very much a risk taker. Caleb is very much a relatively safe player, and then I'm somewhere in between. So
you
it's
all
not
have to
like-
be on the same wavelength and be like, okay, we're all taking a risk and we could all fucking fall. But at the end of the day, like, you're not going to fucking end up homeless and hungry. That's just not going to happen. That's silly. We've all got families that support us. It's fucking stupid. So you go, okay, well, that's my bottom line. Anything past that is fucking kudos. So you just go do it. It works. And you can get away with having a large parcel of land. If you're all fucking there together, you can work it and you can turn it into an oasis where, it's providing fucking, fruits, veggies, fucking meat, this and that.
Can
It's
you put your thing
possible.
down, flip it, and reverse it?
Oh, if you want to become a bum.
Look,
come
I've
on.
always appreciated your optimism, Josh, but I do, honestly, because you're a risk taker and you're an optimist and things like this, but there
But
is
I've
also
also-
reality as well.
Like you talk about this, like I took a risk on a cafe once and no money, no fucking.
I honestly
no
don't know how the
prospects.
fuck you made that work, man. You had nothing going into that.
Look, man, like I just fucking decided to do it, mate. And I was just like, fuck, okay, what do I got to do? Rent something, fucking, and then, do it up. Man, I didn't know how to build a fucking wall. I didn't know how to floor. I didn't know how to do anything. Did it?
We all
But
know.
then
We all know how to pitch in and do something though. But you had other people that helped make it happen for
Oh,
you.
fucking oath. And that's part of, if you're going in together, this is why I say if we're all been pondering about getting a block for a range, right? You know, like 200 acres, 150 acres, and then just, you know, cutting some lanes in it and building a permanent range and going, you know, 3 or 5 ways in that. That's possible, man. Because between us all, we all have the know-how of how to do the earth moving, cut the lanes. We can all build a shed and concrete it and put some fucking shitters and a septic in. We've all got that know-how. So, boom, suddenly we're just relying on each other.
Is this the cult community all over again?
No. We've been talking about, because my range fees for 50 years is 15 grand. I'd rather put 15 grand into a property that I can use anytime I want at my will, doing anything I want, and share it with my mates.
I mean, again, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
See,
I hear what you're saying, right? But it's a very different story when, right, say you've put in 50 grand, he's put in 10, I've put in 2, right? And then we're all going doing the same amount of work on a property to get it up to scratch, right? And then at what point does my 2 equal your 50?
Yeah, so at some point you've simply got to say, okay, well, you've got to start fucking paying your proportion to everyone else
subjective.
back.
It is,
you know,
and it has to be
at
something
some
that
point.
has a very clear
Or-
framework. Otherwise, 10 years down the track, and you're still 50 grand more in the hole than I am.
That
it's not equitable.
framework's not that hard to sort of come up with. And 2, some people are a bit more charitable than others, man. Like, I would fucking put in 50 grand if he put in 10, if you put in 5.
I agree, but
I'd be
this is what-
fucking fine with
this
that.
is
Be
what I'm
like, yeah,
saying.
sick,
Get
whatever.
to a base level, right? Say if everyone can come up with 10, when everyone has 10, we all put it in and we do it, and then you're starting from a more level playing
you can-
field,
yeah.
and no one's having to play catch up or fucking go.
100%, man.
Ryan's put in 1 grand and he's been up here for 1 working day out of 10.
100%. Look, and I get that. Getting a level ground's great, and that's a firm base to build your house on. That's fucking perfect. But at the same time, you know, a charitable mind or a fucking, you know, community mind, sometimes got a little bit more and put a bit more in.
And people do have different levels of that.
It equals the same amount that you put in, maybe on a different level. The fact that you're my mate, and maybe I'd be happy to spend fucking 10 grand on on your share for whatever, or, you know, I don't know.
And I've seen you, I'm not doubting that, because I've seen you practice what you're preaching right now, right? I've seen time and time again, because you are a generous person, right? I've seen you practice that over many, many years. But when you've got a group of 5 or 6 blokes, it ain't going to have everyone on the same level.
And everyone's at the different walk of life. If you had a child, that 10 grand would not be going to Caleb. That's the cut of it, pretty much there. So that's when it's like subjective.
You know, I'm not saying that it will or won't or what. I'm just saying, you know, at some point, if someone's giving you a fucking leg up, don't fucking knock a gift horse in the mouth and just
No, that's
just
not
roll with
saying
it.
we wouldn't appreciate it.
We're just saying that we're trying to understand the reasons as to why we haven't.
It
done
straight away
this.
puts everyone at
'Cause
different tiers within an agreement.
Sometimes,
It does.
yeah, we're all on different. We're all better or worse.
No,
than
I think
everyone else.
I think we all have that same sense of giving, but it's
So
more,
maybe where it won't work because it's not, you know, not everyone's community minded, not everyone's on that flat base.
It's
mind.
not about being community minded. It's about everyone being on the same page of what the expectation is before you start. Because if you're not, then
The expectation is to have a range to shoot with your mates whenever you want.
that's the achievement.
Fuck me.
The expectation of what you're giving to get to the end achievement.
We just go, okay, we're doing 2 working bees a year. Fucking everyone be there. And
But that's
bring
it.
some
That's
shit.
that's establishing the baseline.
Yeah, that's equitable. So if you draw up something where everyone puts in the same amount of money and attends the same amount of working bees, then we're equitable.
making it fair.
Yeah, but
You have to keep it
life
that
isn't
way.
fair, man. I'm telling you that now. Life
Yeah, but if
isn't
you can
fair.
make it fair, wouldn't you?
No, if I can help Caleb or you, Ryan, out and
You're a
give you leg
fucking
up,
anomaly,
I'll
man,
do it,
because you're. And it's a gift and a curse for you, I think, that you're incredibly generous with everything. Your time, your money, everything that you can give to someone you do.
Money comes and goes, man. Time's important, and
but
time.
it's
I'm still trying to get the time thing.
Yeah,
down pat,
time
right?
is, we're what, an hour and a half late starting this recording?
Fuck off.
This is why he's generous. He's repaying everyone for having to sit
it's
around fucking
compensation
waiting for him all the
money.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Time is money, bro.
We were like half.
Oh, fair enough. You put in the lion's share of the cost of the property, and we'll just put up with you being 3 hours late every day. That's fine.
I could
There you
deal
go.
with that.
There you go.
I could deal with it. Like
There's
working
your
bee
baseline.
Saturday. We'll start at 7. Josh starts at 11, but he will pay for 80% of the property.
Swings and roundabouts. There we go.
Done.
You know, if I can sit there and shoot every second weekend because you've all got commitments and shit, if I could shoot every second weekend with my mates, you know what? I'd be happier than a pig in shit.
Mate, that would be the dream, wouldn't it?
You know, I couldn't care if it cost me $100,000, man, and use guys fucking $1 or a wristy. Fuck, I couldn't give a fuck.
What am I doing, mate? Fucking $1 or getting a wristy?
$1 for a wristy.
If that's the case, why haven't you bought me a fucking property yet? Come on, mate.
Sweet ass. Have you made your point yet?
I have. How like a designer life for your kid growing
Designer
up in the
life.
outdoors. There you
Okay,
go.
so
that
So
sounds
you
like
want
we're
your
all buying.
kid to have more ass than glass.
Sounds like we're buying a property.
mate,
And
if
we're all
I
living on it.
could design a life for my kid, I'd say it'd be an even exposure to nature and what nature has to give, but also enough interaction with technology to be able to keep up.
Live in current society. You
Yeah.
can't just
Yeah,
sort
I
of be able to
agree.
turn a computer on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about going like
You can't work
Back to
fucking
the woods.
Google, Gmail, whatever it is. Gmail, Google.
Are you talking about
Google
Are you
Gmail?
talking about personal experience here? Or?
Crikey.
You can't use that. You want your kids to be able to use that, but still
Don't want your kids to be
appreciate.
Josh.
Function in society without being like, yeah, they can't be socially retarded.
Yeah.
And
But there's like a there's
technology
There's a
retarded.
mindset.
Technology
So there's a
retarded.
mindset that comes with technology where once you understand roughly how a platform works, it's relatively translatable to the next one that comes along.
correct.
But if you can't keep
Fuck
up-
no. Windows 95 is nothing like fucking the Windows right now. I used to be able to run Windows 95 like a fucking
Yeah,
champ,
you skip
mate.
from Windows 95 to an iPhone 10.
Oh, fuck.
There's a bit of a leap there, bro.
Yeah. I had a flip phone once.
Yeah, flip phones are back, man. Hey, yeah, you might be in your element.
Hey. Nah, Windows 95 was way easier. Bill Gates, are you listening, motherfucker?
I think the change from having like a Windows platform to an app platform within Windows just fucked with everyone.
Do you know
Yeah.
what? There's a continual change. When you go on a quantum leap from fucking Windows 95 to Windows 10, no wonder you're struggling because there's been so many incremental changes over all the years. But if you stay in touch with the technology
Yeah, and that's
and
what I mean.
experience all the continual
I
changes,
didn't have a life for like fucking 10 years. Mate,
I'm pretty sure you were using a laptop when you were in the army, mate.
why was I using a
No,
laptop? For
dude,
porn.
I have one, yes.
all we had to do was go
Correct.
Pornhub.com, go to saved searches, bookmark.
Don't tell me you use a
Save
Windows
taskbar.
95.
Back then, mate, it was fucking Zoom mags. You all remember the Zoom mags?
Yeah, Zoom.
Homie's choices,
Dude,
mate.
do you know how many stubby holders I got from a Zoom magazine?
Do you know how many
And
herpes you
Ralph.
got?
Do you know what Ralph was like the rich man's version of the Zoo magazine.
Yeah, it was.
I used to when I was like 15 years old, I'd trek down to the local fucking deli. Mr. Lee, I don't even know if that was his name. That's what I just called him because he was an Asian dude. I'm like, Mr. Lee owned the deli, and I'd buy a Ralph magazine at the beginning of every
Yeah,
month
but
when they were released.
Shit, man, you look 30 when you were
Yeah,
15.
probably.
Actually, this is a funny story because in the army we'd be out bush and guys would like put Zoom mags in their fucking packs and you'd pack them out. And anyway, you'd sit there when you're doing like nothing. You'd rip out the Zoom mag and you'd go to the homies' choices. Yeah. Go at the back, right? And we'd do this hot or not. So there would be, so the reader would have the photo of the chick and then the blurb about the chick. And he would sit there and be like, all right, hot or not, fucking Ashante from fucking Victoria, you know. And he'd leave out in the description or the blurb anything about her physical appearance. So you'd never ever say like, oh, she's curvaceous or whatever. He would just say, oh, tattooed, fucking loves to fucking I don't know, go to jazz
You
bars.
base
on-
your guest on personality,
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much. And then the boys would sit around the circle and be like, fucking hot. And then she'd turn it, like the reader would turn it around and it'd be like, fucking terrible. And you're like, obviously, a bunch of fucking 18-year-olds would be like, ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everything
childish
about
shit,
that
man.
screams as to how we got where we are today.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God.
Oi, dude, like when you're out bush for like fucking 3 weeks, that right there was just like, fuck, it was morale. You'd be like, fuck yeah, I feel like I'm a normal human being. Yeah, that and a cold can of Coke.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Just to feel normal.
Yeah, just to feel normal.
Wait, would you put it all the way up or just halfway?
What?
Your asshole.
Oh, no. What? You drink a cold can of Coke? Why
I don't
are you
know,
putting a
for
cold can
Ryan-
of Coke
Oh,
in
that
your
was a joke.
Ryan just goes straight to butt plugs.
You're like a Zoo magazine and a can of Coke. Just anyway.
No. Do you stick things in your asshole?
Yeah, don't you?
Getting beaten off.
You ever heard of the pea spot?
What?
Oh, shit.
Just no. I draw the line at fucking fondling your own
Because it
asshole.
weirds you out, man. Is it because it's something that you want but you don't want to admit?
Wait, you said you've nailed this, so I want to hear your fucking more ass than
He's
class.
nailed his own asshole.
Yeah, with a Coke
Multiple
can.
times.
2 words. Stephen Bradbury.
Yeah, well done.
We need-
All right,
we
all
need
right, I'll play that
crickets.
fucking. No, I don't have crickets. I've only got that weird. It's fucking.
Hey, and back to the game.
That's all I've got. I don't have crickets anymore.
Stephen Bradbury is a fucking Australian hero. So you may remember him from the 2002 Olympics in Salt Lake City.
We all know the story. I use it as a phrase now.
Well, Josh is it's doing a Bradbury is like a
Yeah.
it's a thing.
It's like
So
everything else falls.
For those who
over.
don't know who he is, he's the ice skater, the speed skater who won by default because the 4 other skaters in the race fell over, and he just skated on through to the win.
Well, he had to make it to the final in the first place, so good on him.
But do you know how he made it to the final?
Elaborate, because it was
What,
a while
skating?
ago.
Well, so skate the heats are done with 5 skaters, right? So to make it to the final, 3 of the skaters fell over, and the guy who won ahead of him was disqualified, and that's how he made it
To the final.
to the final.
I didn't know people fell over for him to get to the final.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit.
So he by default made it to the final, and then by default won gold
When everyone else
when everyone else
took
fell
each
over,
other out.
Took each other out.
If
Yeah.
there's, like, it's meant to be, it's
Yeah.
fucking meant to be.
Well,
man.
and this was his last pro skate of his career. He was considering retiring
That's
after the
uncanny good luck.
Olympics. So a bit of a background story. Like he'd had a bit of a hard run when he was 21. He actually had a skate go through his artery.
Ah,
And
yeah, I remember this.
someone
Vaguely.
tried to, like, took their shoe off.
No,
and
there was
fucking tried to
like
stab him.
there was a stumble and a fall, and
Jealous
because
lover.
in speed skating, it's not as easy as it looks. So
Yeah, you walk quickly.
no, what you're doing is you're cross skating. So you see when they go around the corner on the loop, they like cross over their legs, right? So if you don't get your timing right with your skate's like razor sharp, and the ice of it has been graded back. So it's not like when you go down the fucking ice arena and there's all like bumps and grumps. It's like it's a fucking mirror.
Slick.
So if you don't get your timing right, if you fuck up by a smidge, your skate slide out from under you and you're gone. Like there's no coming back from it.
Don't turn.
The entire race is a turn. Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen speed skating?
Is it like the Cool Running story where he started off in like wooden fucking skates with wheels and he's just like coming around the track, and then he gets to the Olympics and all of a sudden he's got
And he's got a
skates
lucky
for the
egg.
first time.
He kissed the fuck out of that lucky egg before. He
Never seen ice before.
Got me that.
No, it's like the story. If anything, more arse than class applies to this bloke, and more kudos to him because he's a fucking Australian legend, I reckon, in my books. Like he went through. This was, I think, it was like 97 or 98, I think it was. It was 94, where the blade of a skate cut through an artery and almost bled him to death, and he was 21 years old then. So you skip up to 2002. So that's 29 years old. He's thinking about retiring, comes out, cleans up the Olympics like an absolute fucking champion, and that's it. Like that's him done. Like how do you go anywhere else from there?
I mean,
I think at that point, if you're going to retire and you win like that, you'd be like, yeah, I'm going home with gold, bitches.
Yeah, that's like retiring on a high note. I mean, that story is definitely us than class, more us than class. But
I can't believe it, how he so he had his fellow competitors stack it to get in the final, and then they stacked it, and then he won.
yeah, so in the was it the preliminaries? Semi-final, sorry. In the semis, three of them stacked it, and then there's a guy that beat him, but that guy got disqualified, so he was the only one left.
For roids. Did he use like jacks? Do you know what a jack is?
Oh, no, what do you mean?
Oh, so a jack is spikes you can fucking throw out on the road and they'll fucking puncture tires. Did he have like some sort of skating jack? Because he's like
They've got ice skates.
like a fucking Bond villain.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just pushed a button, and the back of his ice skates just released.
Jacks.
YouTuber, man. People they run into each other because they're so close up each other's ass and at such speed going around these corners. You flick a leg out or an arm out at the wrong time and you've knocked someone off.
Can't you just tell them to fuck off?
I mean, I'm sure
that happens out there on the ice.
For sure. Absolutely.
Take your boot off and stab him.
That happens as well. Oh, no, wait, that's ice hockey.
Oi, bro.
That's death race.
Bro, that's one of my biggest things. I want to go see an ice hockey game in Canada.
They do ice hockey here in South
Yeah,
Australia.
look,
Why Canada? Why not the
the
States?
ice arena is fucking great, but I want to go to Canada where they fucking take their boots off and stab each other.
What, more than America?
I think America might be the place to go for that.
Nah, Canada's pretty brutal, I've heard, for ice hockey.
What? I was going to say, Canada's got like a reputation of being super nice.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Not when it comes to hockey.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
hey.
ice hockey is their
I'm
fucking.
going to cut you now. I'm sorry about that.
Is their country's fucking sport.
Yeah. Oh, it's their national sport, isn't it? Ice
Yeah.
hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Well,
live and breathe it a bit more. I think.
Coming back to Bradbury, the question that I have for you guys
Have you done
is,
a Bradbury?
when have you done a Bradbury?
Oh, fuck. Look at me predicting.
Wow.
I'm the Oracle. Just call me that.
Is it because
Not Camp Mum. I'm the Oracle.
how did you guess, Caleb? How?
I'm following your train of thought slowly. There's a body of work you presented to me, and I've learned to predict it.
Stop
Are you
looking at
still
my body.
connected by the dick or something?
We could dock. If
We tried that once, but it's hard to dock when you don't have a foreskin. Super hard.
Only one of us needs one.
Yeah, I don't need.
I don't like being submissive, so it was like a one-way thing for me. It was either my way or the highway.
So you want to be the skin on the top?
I want to be top skin.
Yeah.
It just I tried, but it's one of those things like you've only got so much skin, so if you don't work it
This is so
the right way,
Semantics, eh?
but it's all right. In the end, I just wrap my ball sack around his knob.
There you go. If we all wanted to dock, then I'd win. I'd Bradbury by default because I'm the only one with a foreskin.
Hey.
There's mine done. What a personal detail to put out there for the world. Uncut
Anyway.
and proud.
When,
I don't think I've ever been that lucky, to be honest, man.
what
To have a foreskin.
to dock?
Yeah. Yeah, no, to
Bradbury your way into something.
Bradbury, yeah.
No, I've just won through being the best, basically. Generally.
Have you done many things in your life?
And the douchebag award goes to.
I've done a lot. I've just not done the same things you have, Josh, which you're putting on a higher pedestal than the things I've done.
Once you've done something though, Caleb, and you've done it well, do you go back to it?
You can hit a cricket ball, that's for sure.
Yeah, but a life of loneliness, being homeschooled, will do that to you.
I was the number one student in my class.
Yeah, your pedestal.
Did you still have to hire out the sports equipment at recess and lunch?
But to be fair, year 10, 11 and 12 was not just me. So
Yeah, so what? You weren't.
It was your sister and your brother?
no, I did open access in year 10, 11, 12.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
You
it was
know
just
this.
you. No, I just thought it was
What does that mean? What's open access?
It's like School of the Air, but
School of the Air.
yeah. So like you do school at home, but you do classes over the web or over
School of the
phone.
Air was when they did it over the radio,
Yeah, like
wasn't
that, it was designed for like kids in remote areas, but I was homeschooled, and then like they send the education department send a assessor out to make sure you're actually teaching your kids, and they said, well,
You can really swing a cricket bat.
something like that. Like this kid does pretty well, so do you want to be like the first homeschooled kid for not like no reasons other than
Well,
being in
you're
a
like a
remote
test
area?
kid.
Yeah, so I was the first one of the first to join and start doing it without living in fucking Whoop Whoop. Just a regular kid in suburbia. So, yeah, there you go. So that's how I did year 10, 11 and 12.
So what about the other years?
Then I was just straight homeschooled, but I also like advanced a year as well. That was the beauty of it. You could work at your own pace. I used to get bored at school.
Is that because your mum told you that you could go up into year 11? Not year 12? Not year 10, sorry. So did you skip a year because your mum thought you were smart?
No, you still have to be assessed at a certain level. So they come out, the government comes out and goes, looks at what you've been doing, going, all right, you're operating at a year 9 level or year 8 level. So year 8 and 9, you sort of did in one, I did in sort of 1 year, which most people could. They don't really change too much. Year 8 and 9 are fucking the same thing.
I don't like fucking the same thing.
You're saying you like variety?
I love a good bit of variety.
Well, that's a topic for another day, but that's what happened. That's my story. So I finished school a year ahead of what I should have, which was good because I used to get bored
I finished
at actual school.
I finished school right when I needed to, if you know what I mean.
Well, this is the thing, right? So if I had a choice, I would have gone, because at like 15, 16 years of age, you're like, why am I doing this shit which I'm never going to use the rest of my life? I would have rather gone out and learned a trade or started working at that age, to be honest.
Do you know, I agree with you. I didn't actually start working until after I passed year 12, but my my interests were definitely in sort of building stuff and design and like music as well. So I spent a good couple of years playing in bands and fucking around and basically being an asshole, and then decided to take work in the construction industry seriously. But I think that if I had my time again, it's the old, men don't really mature as quickly as females and that sort of thing. I think plays a role where you don't really know, like, and it's very anecdotal references that I'm using here, but for me, I didn't really know what I wanted to do until I stumbled across it.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to try a few things before you work it out.
It is hard. Not every male's academic.
But it's not like academia isn't like I was good at academia.
That's not the be all
but
and end all, though. You don't have
it's
to
not-
go to uni to fucking work out what you want to do.
I've never gone to uni. I'm earning more money than most people that go to university. Like, it's the whole you need to go to university to be successful is a crock of fucking bullshit. I mean, obviously the industry that you're targeting is relevant to that. So if you want to be a doctor or a nurse or something like that, or in your case like a graphic designer, and go and get your specific
Industrial designer.
industrial. I have been telling everyone you're a graphic designer.
No. Industrial designer.
Is there a
my
difference?
highest, very much so. Industrial design is product design. It's like physical products. Graphic design is just like logos and shit.
I'm just going to keep telling everyone you're a graphic designer.
Please don't, because that offends me.
It's all right. You can tell everyone I'm a labourer.
I don't currently work in that, so there you go. But
Do you know what we should? Do you know what we need to do? We need to change the description in our podcast.
we need to update that, yes.
two
'cause-
tradies and a bum.
Work out who's who.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I'm sorry, Just that.
Hey,
Was that joke a little bit too far?
He's like, what, am I the bum?
Caleb's not a tradie.
Well, do you know what? Technically, neither am I. I'm a manager. My qualifications are management qualifications, not trade
So hey,
qualifications.
it's just 3 bums then.
There's 3 bums.
Yeah.
It's called 3 dickheads doing a podcast. Let's just change it to
Yeah,
that.
just a bunch of assholes. Just a bunch of dicks and assholes.
With Bradbury, our way
Dicks
to the top.
fuck assholes.
But assholes. But dicks also fuck pussies.
Anyway,
And you don't want to be a pussy.
To answer your question, I don't think I've Bradburied my way to anything. I've won it on my own merits, or I just haven't won.
What about you, Josh?
Yeah, never done a fucking.
You've never gone, I flew
He's
that.
never done a fucking. I've never done a fucking.
Nope.
Never. Not in my life.
I ain't
I've
never
not
done no
a
fucking in my life.
I've never done it.
I mean, I ain't got nothing against those that gonna do the fuckings on their own, but I ain't never done that myself.
All right. What is
Never
this
been that
fucking
lucky,
shit we're
man.
drinking? Because we've descended into some weirdness right now. Shall we? Have you done?
Well, that whole like trying to stimulate conversation went from to like
We talked about.
you're like, oh look, I'm homeschooled and I'm excellent. He's like, I'm done fucking.
God, we sound so bad. We sound like the most ridiculous three.
Yeah.
All right, let's move it on.
ND.
Indeed.
Negligent discharge.
Ryan's got ND this week, and he's going to tell us a story which isn't going to make us think we're any cleverer than we are.
No, I'm not.
What did he do?
Well, do you know, it's not entirely my fault. It's not. So, as you guys know, I went and saw my old man over the weekend, and he's about a 3-hour drive away from me. So the whole purpose of me going up there was because my old man's a shooter. I'm a shooter. We're both reloading. Go up there and reload some rounds together.
I don't want to see my old man, but just want to shoot.
No. I'll obviously took my lad up there because, you know, my dad's rural living. I obviously live in the city. So took my lad up there, spend time, quality time. And when me and my old man get together, it was the first time we actually sat down and reloaded together and did something we both are into and spent a bit of quality time together. So, fuck, I hope my dad never listens to this. But my dad's very much if you can find a quicker, better way to do it that someone else tells you, then you need to fucking do it that way kind of guy. And he likes to try things in bulk instead of trying them in small parts to see if they work.
Drugs?
Well, mate, no,
What are we
that's
talking about?
We're talking about Dad and me. No, so basically, what happened was I went up there and I was reloading new 243 rounds, so I got some sweet 95 grain pills and running an AR 2219, like a burning powder, which is like pretty good, nice burning powder for that pill. Went up there, I showed my dad what I wanted to do. Yep, no worries, we'll get it going. I got this new whiz bang way of cleaning your brass. Instead of having to put it through your brass cleaner and wait for 4 fucking hours, doing it the old school way, you just put it in this solution and it cleans the brass chemically, and then you whack it in the oven and you're all good. So, no worries, Dad, we'll give that a crack. So we did all of my brass in this solution of, I don't even know what it was, but it seemed like it was working the first time, where it was like a mixture of some acid and some bicarb and some detergent, and you put it in a bucket and you leave it there for 15 minutes. Then you take it out and then you got to hose it off and then you put it in the oven to dry it out. So the brass came out shiny the first time, but it had like a film over it. And I'm like, what is, okay, is it supposed to be like that? Dad's like, oh, no, I forgot to put the detergent in there. So that's all right. We'll put it in the next lot. We'll see how we go. No worries. So I'll put them through. No worries. Like we're just cleaning the shells now. We deprime them. I'll put in the next lot. No worries. Put them in the oven. All good. Come back half an hour because I go in the oven half an hour to clean out the like get rid of the water. Come back. No worries. Oven didn't get turned on. Didn't actually know about it. So those shells got mixed in with the shells with the shells with the bits of shit on them. The third lot got done properly. So in all up, we're talking about like 100, 150 rounds here. I didn't know any of this until we loaded the rounds. So I've gone through and loaded all of the rounds, and then we went down to the range the next day, and it's just gone click. What the fuck is that? Dad's like, it's all right. Probably had a little bit of water left in it. What, water from what? I forgot to turn the oven on.
Oh.
Dad,
So you got a mixture of
So I've got-
properly done, wet, and with a film on.
yeah, and I don't know what's what.
Oh no.
So I ended up getting the old after the range. So this is like what took my son down to the range as well. Like absolute fucking champ. He's down there with his air rifle, plinking away, no worries. And I'm going, click, fuck, what? Dad's rounds, all the stuff that he's got, it's just like bang, pop, yeah, whew. It's like, yeah, work for me, no worries, it's all good. I don't know. I've just got a whole batch of fucked rounds now. I don't even know whether I should just start from scratch or potluck. And they were shooting shit as well. So instead of doing the old, and this is at 10:30 at night. So I got there late. Me and my dad got in the wines for a bit, and then we're like, fuck it, we should probably start reloading, which has probably contributed to the problem. My dad's just like me, gets distracted at everything, and we've both been drinking.
What did you say your degree was in? Management?
Hey,
I feel like
building
this is,
construction management.
I feel like this is destined to fail
Yeah,
right from the start.
it was like the perfect disaster for everything to go wrong.
Do you measure like were you kissing the lands with the seating depth? What sort of like?
No, I
powder
tested
charge
this. Yeah, I tested the seating depth of the first couple of rounds. Like I was like, as far as it cycling, I was on top of that. And Dad, I double checked everything that Dad put through as far as the grains being loaded. So there was no overload
Charge,
There was
yeah.
no overcharge, but there was definitely some undercharge in there where it was just like didn't
Man, if you're checking them, how is it?
How do you know if
Oh, by checking, I mean
40
like,
grams. Oh yeah.
no, because the
Fucking
load would sit just below the shoulder of the shell. So if it was above the shoulder of the shell, it's quite easy to see. But if it's lower, it's like
you
obviously
didn't weigh them. You just
I didn't weigh
measured
them. No, I just
Yeah.
visual checked them. So,
Yeah.
but it was an experience. Like I was fucking enjoying myself the whole night. Like fuck yeah, this is great. Let's just load all this stuff. No worries. Got down to the range the next day, and fuck,
I want to know how it was still wet. Actually,
because I don't think I think it was water inside the brass, which was then we primed. Like once
Sweating.
you've sealed it, so
yeah, sweating.
yeah, you stays in there.
Hmm.
So I had a few rounds that I had to pull apart with a compressed primer.
Did any rounds fire?
Yeah, a couple of them. Like more rounds fired than didn't, but it'd be like hang fires.
Oh,
Like click, bang.
Fuck. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
What primers were you using?
Oh, fucked if I know. I've got them. Just like the cheapest primers I could get, really. Like large rifle.
it's on the receipt he sent us the other day?
It is
maybe
on the receipt. Yeah, I bought them with the cub.
Yeah, when he put his
chopper.
fucking deposit down
right.
on his new
Yeah.
rifle, he sent us the receipt.
maybe Federals. I think
Yeah, I think they're Federals.
they're Federals.
Well, I got
they
some
should be all right.
Nozzler 95 grain 243 pills. Like they were sweet. All the reviews in them were like first time I've loaded those.
What was your BC? Do you know?
No, I see. This is the other thing. I was like, Dad, I reckon we need to do because the recommended amount was like a 41 grain for the rifle that I got. I was like, well, why don't we start loading at like 38 and work our way up in increments, like 5 lots, so that we can do. He's like, what'd the internet say? I'm like, well, the internet says 40 grains. All right, no worries. And then next minute, he's loaded them all at 40 grains. So I've got
What was your book saying?
for 39. I think.
Yeah, so you're right. You work like a gram back from your max, and that's a
Oh
good
no, the
starting
max
point.
was 41.
Oh, well, you
Yeah, we were well under max there for sure. But I was punching a 95 grain pill, which I haven't put many of them through the hour before. I usually sit at the 87s or 50s, like for varminting. My scope is set in for 58 grains, the Winnies. So yeah, it was just a fucked up. Like it was one of those things where if either of us has actually bothered to pay attention to what the fuck we were doing instead of fuck arsing around, it would have gone a lot better.
Didn't control the variables.
Yeah, look, loading's not something that you want to mess around with, but that, you know, yeah, at least it wasn't a catastrophic failure where you banana peeled the barrel.
As far as the safety sort of perspective of things goes, like we're on top of that, but just the whole using the smarts to
Or just buying a
Control the
fucking,
variables.
control the variables it just didn't go well.
buying a tumbler to clean your brass.
That's just the shit thing. My dad's got a tumbler.
Okay, so this
I was just
story
like, yeah, let's fucking try it, man. No worries.
Let's do this new method.
Let's do. Do you know
Wash
what-
'em.
It's like a you don't don't knock it till you try it sort of thing. That's how I live my fucking life, man.
All right, now you can knock it. Now you can move on to
I'm never doing that ever again.
not doing that again.
Oh, look, if you get your solution right and that, drying them in the oven's fine and cleaning them in the oven.
Mate, from
If the oven's on.
like my old man reckons he's done it for like the last couple of cycles he's done with loads. So it's obviously I think the problem was that we just
Got drunk.
got drunk and started shooting shit. My old man's just like me, like just fucking happy go lucky. And the two of us in an environment together, just this shit's just gonna go wrong.
That's certainly an ND.
But do you know what? I had a fucking brilliant time hanging out with my dad.
That's the main thing, motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right, we shall wrap it up for fucking season 3, episode 14, bitches.
I feel so. Oh.
We shall.
I got to take the biggest shit, eh? I have to drop a fucking Marduce.
That's fine. My toilet smells like piss because my son spat his urine everywhere.
Has he started drinking
He
it?
bubble it.
No, his penis spattered everywhere.
He missed the toilet bowl.
All right, you good dudes and dudettes. That's it from us this week. Join us next week for Send It Mate Podcast.
You've been brilliant.
You thought I was going to say your mum.
Yeah, your mum. I wrote that on there.
Ryan wrote that on there.
Send it.
Your
Mate.
mum.
Your mum.
Your mum.
Your mum.
Come on.
Eat shit. G'day, dude and dudettes. Josh here. Do you find it hard to keep your long, hard barrels free from gun STDs? Maybe you need a clean out of your bore. If this is you, jump on over to highcaliber.com.au and use the promo code SENDITMATE to receive a 10% discount on all your gun cleaning needs. And remember, it's sexy to support Australian-made products. Everyone here at Send It Mate uses High Caliber, and we can promise you that it'll keep your firearms free from those pesky gun STDs.